Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, I bring to you the new edition in the Dion Green saga, the newest edition, the newest episode, the emancipation of one Dion Green. Birds of, you get it.
I don't. That man chuckling in the background is the last thing Simone. Big Rig, Nick, you jam.
Boys, I got some bad news.
What's that?
I am the spy.
Oh, God, you are the spy.
Well, that's the show, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with more.
That was the twist.
And finally, the happiest man on the planet, American Ramrod Kendo Slice.
Yes, Jeff, I'm an extremely happy person. It's been a fantastic last few days. Probably not as fantastic as Nick when he went and bought Dark Fate on Blu-ray the other day.
Hey, 4K 3D Blu-ray. Okay, let's get it correct. Okay.
Either way, hail to the Chiefs.
I didn't even know you bought it, Dion. Do you have it on 4K yet?
No, don't bring me in this shit that we were talking about. Nick, no,
it was.
Nope.
Dion saw it enough times in theaters. He's satiated for now.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I refuse to acknowledge it.
No, I acquired it by other means and watched it, and yeah, it's everything you think it is.
It's a fucking lie. You know it.
I'm still not going to watch it.
Yeah, it's it's not worth it at all. God.
So, folks, this is episode 205 of the podcast. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Birds of Prey. And that title that I put in the video is not hyperbolic. That is the title of a review that we're going to be checking out tonight because Birds of Prey seems to be the latest disappointment from the DCEU. You think Warner Brothers would have learned their lessons after Joker would have, Joker scored $1 billion at the box office, is going to get an Oscar for Best Picture, possibly. Joaquin Phoenix probably has that one in the bag for Best Actor. But they go and they release something like this. And this is also after the string of hits like Aquaman, which also crossed $1 billion, and Shazam, which a lot of people loved.
And Wonder Woman.
Now, I wasn't going to say Wonder Woman yet because Wonder Woman came before Justice League. And though we liked it here on the channel, a lot of people like to shit on Justice League. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That is the spy.
That is the spy. Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Justice League is the spy. You didn't see it coming, but it turned out to be all right.
Yeah. We have done a commentary for it over on Patreon. So there we go.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Patreon, we got a new patron. We'd like to give a shout out to our special new patron, Troy. So, Troy, thank you for joining us. Folks, we're going to be doing something different on Patreon. Kendo had a good idea. You want to share about the new idea you had, Kendo?
Which one? Because I've got a lot of them.
That's true. Making fun of politics.
Oh, yes. So, folks, as you know, we don't do politics on this channel because, one, that's just very divisive. Two, we respect everyone's opinions, whether they're right or wrong. And so here on the channel, we decided that with this being an election year and all the fucking hilarity that is American politics, we would decide to delve into politics, and we're going to do it live on the Patreons. Well, not live. It's going to be recorded on the You know what I mean. But yes, if you want to hear us talk politics, it's on the Patrons.
Yeah, so we're going to be making fun of everybody, so be prepared. We're going to try to get a segment recorded next week that'll be available for people, and you can let us know what you guys think.
Yes.
I'd also like to start tonight's show out by thanking everybody who had reached out after I made the announcement that my grandma had passed away and I was going to be away for a week, and I couldn't have had a nicer response from the fans. I just want to thank everybody that reached out and went out of their way to help me. Actually, Tom from Midnight's Edge, he went the extra mile to try to, corral people for the High Council with he and Mecha Random 42. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody who I spoke to. It's still a shitty time, but I want to tell everyone thanks. Also, channel housekeeping news. I have to go back to Ohio next week. So next week's podcast will be on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're going to miss us, you don't have to miss us for too long because we'll be back in less than a week. So that'll be fun. That'll be great. And one more thing before we get going, our Oscar party special is this Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 Pacific. So I'm going to be day drinking on a Sunday. That's not the
That's
Super
weird to
Bowl.
think about too. Like the Oscars kicks off at like the late football times. So like
Yeah.
for the rest of it,
Goddamn
it's nighttime.
time.
Yeah, I know. It's like for the rest of us, it's like fuck. It's 7 o'clock, 7:30. For Jeff, it's like, hey, it's just middle of the afternoon. Sun's still out.
Yeah, it was going to be weird because we had planned to have a Super Bowl party out here, and I was like, cool, I'll get to watch the Super Bowl. It'll be done by like 7 o'clock. I can still do stuff. And obviously I had the, my grandma passed away, so that's not a complaint. But yeah, the Oscars are going to be the first time where an event that I usually would stay up till, midnight to watch. Yeah, it's only 9 o'clock. I can catch a couple episodes of whatever else on Hulu before I hit bed. So that's going to be fun. We're going to be playing the drinking game. We're going to be drinking for every time some actor says something stupid, infuses their politics, gets called out, tries to make a cause noted on the show. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be pretty sloppy. So if you're swinging cod, have mercy on us, my friend.
So we'll be drunk like 30 minutes into it because the first two awards people, it's probably gonna be like George Clooney and some other smug asshole. So like, they'll take 30 minutes on each of their speeches. And we'll be fucking lit.
We should take a shot every time somebody says the name Harvey Weinstein.
That could be
I don't think
interesting because I don't think they'll say anything about Harvey
Yeah, I don't
Weinstein.
think they'll go there.
Oh, I think some actor will.
Fun fact: he was drafted in the second round of my Deadpool.
Good.
Yeah, second round, third pick, so 11th overall.
Well, he sure as shit isn't carrying you anywhere.
Was that a joke about how he looks so debilitated?
Yeah, and he's in a walker.
Hey, did you see that story where that lady came out, one of his accusers, and said he was a hermaphrodite?
What?
No.
Really? You guys didn't see that shit?
No, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, no, one of the women at his trial. So this is funny as hell because it's Harvey Weinstein and he's a piece of shit. So one of the ladies at his trial, that's one of his accusers, was talking about like how she's, he came out of the room naked or whatever, and like his genitalia was all like deformed and his body's like scarred up and weird looking, and that he didn't have any testicles, but it looked like he had like a vagina to go with his penis or something crazy like that. And then they ended up like showing, much to the chagrin of the defense who tried to object this, naked photos of Harvey Weinstein to the jury, and several jurors were seen gasping and like covering their eyes. Ooh. So, I mean, typically I would say, dude, it's not cool to like rag on somebody because they're born with defects, but Harvey Weinstein seems to be like a world-class piece of shit. So I would say laugh all you want.
Oh yeah, probably the one episode where you're like, yeah, fuck that dude.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
if he does have both and he's deformed and he's all fucked up, you know what? Fuck him. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Tonight on After Hours, folks, we're going to be talking about some Super Bowl commercials, some of the craziness, some of the wokeness, some of the fun, and we'll give Kendo a moment to discuss his feelings after the Chiefs won the big game.
Mega disappointed. Oh wait, shit, they won. Never mind. Awesome.
It was fun just reading the chat while that was going on because I was like 5 seconds behind you guys every time you'd post something about what happened. I was like, oh, okay, good. But it was just interesting.
I was like 5 seconds ahead too because we had it over the air. So like I would be like, fuck yeah, and you'd be like, what are you talking about? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, because I was streaming it through my Roku and my internet sucks, so I was just kind of like, oh yeah, it takes a little while because everybody in my apartment complex, I'm sure, is streaming it and using the internet, and it's just like because it would go down every 15 minutes or so. It sucked. So
yeah, for some reason Phil chose to stream the Super Bowl from a bullshit website. I mean, it's a free to watch show.
Dude, it's over the
air. Doesn't he have cable?
Nope, he got.
You don't even have to have cable. You could just put an antenna on your TV. It was on Fox.
Yeah,
free TV. Phil also decided to try to shit talk me like right at the beginning of the game. All I wrote back was "Go Bengals."
Yeah,
what's the comeback there.
Good thing I wasn't in on that.
Yeah, like him, Loudy, and Dan, like within like an instant, all three of them popped up and they were like, "Fuck the Chiefs," or "That was a shitty start." Blah 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 blah. Like it's 3 minutes into the game, folks. Let's calm down. Let's take a step back.
It's like your team are the Cincinnati Shambles. Shut the fuck up.
It's like, okay, so they got the opening kickoff. They went 3 and out. Let's take a deep breath and realize this is football. There's an hour to play.
That's like me being like,
time is 6 days.
Chiefs, what a bunch of fucking pussies. You're a Lions fan. Oh yeah, thanks. I forgot.
Well, have you guys heard of the controversy over the halftime show? Like everybody's saying,
controversy. I thought it was great.
Yeah, some Christian dude is suing the NFL because he's saying that he's going to go to hell because he had to watch J-Lo and Shakira's ass.
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, yo, if it's worth going to hell, that was it,
Fuck
buddy.
yeah, sign me up.
Well, because
Yeah.
it's funny because last year they had the guy, what was it, from Maroon 5, and nobody said shit, and he was shirtless and he had like all these weird tattoos. He looked like the dude from Memento. And this year you got two women shaking their ass, and everybody gets up in arms. It's like, really?
Look,
Okay.
look, if seeing Shakira wearing that outfit and having that upskirt where she was like gyrating really heavily for several seconds and then doing that tongue thing, which was a bit weird but a bit erotic at the same time, and then seeing them like fucking shaking their asses together and J-Lo pole dancing, if that's gonna send me to hell, sign me the fuck up and give me a front row seat.
You won, Satan. You won.
Yeah, I'm on board. Hail
I'm
Satan.
there, dude.
all
Like,
the
what the fuck are we
sickness.
arguing about?
I'm in.
Let's
Let's go.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought it was weird because like it seemed like a bunch of women got up in arms and a bunch of Christian people got up in arms as well about it, and I was like, really?
Which is
Now,
ironic
granted,
because the game involves men wearing really tight pants and a guy sticking his hand underneath another guy's ass, literally touching the gooch most of the time.
Well,
Not just
if you're Kirk Cousins, you verbally complain about how sweaty your center's gooch is, which makes
Yeah.
it weird because it's fucking
that makes
that's
it
a
weird.
religious dude. You're like, what the fuck, Kirk? Like we get it, dude. Jesus and you are
Yeah.
tight, but not as tight as your center's gooch.
Yeah, dude, just tuck the hands under there, feel the center's gooch, take the ball and throw it like a fucking man. Don't talk
Yeah, you
about
get
sweat,
paid
that just
$80
makes it
million.
weird.
Get over it, Kirk.
Yeah. And then after the game, there's gonna be a bunch of like 53 sweaty dudes all naked in a shower together. A lot of them high-fiving and stuff flopping all over the place. No one says anything about that. You know why? Because it's manly.
That's right.
I just want to know
America.
what is the
Nothing
male
wrong with
is-
wrong with showering with a bunch of teammates. It's totally okay.
what is
Hey,
the
bro,
male
nice
equivalent of a
dick.
Karen?
What?
I said, what is the male equivalent of a Karen? Because this dude is like the man of Karen. you know.
a Bob.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
You
Bob.
can say a
Darren.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah,
Chris.
Chris.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay,
nice dick,
Chris.
Chris.
I hope we don't have a lot of Chris's in the audience. I'd be really bothered by.
Well, if we do have a lot of Chris's in the audience, don't be like that, Chris. Just be like, you know what,
Yeah.
God, thank you for Shakira. Thank you. You done me a solid. You gave me a Colombian with a really working tongue. Appreciate it.
That's right. Look at those two cougars shaking their shit, showing that it still works, and then think about how your team may or may not have won, and they're all showering together and celebrating with dicks flopping. It's not a big deal. It's
Yeah.
not gay. It's not weird.
J-Lo is 50. Just take the fucking blessings.
have you
That's
seen?
right. And
have you
it
seen that
looked
meme
amazing.
this week?
Which
It's a
one?
picture of Blanche from Golden Girls. It says 50 in 1985, and then it's got a picture of J Lo and it says 50 in 2020.
Hey,
Well, I
I've
got
not
to
seen
think
that. Let's
that
do
Rue
it.
McClanahan probably didn't have the same amount of plastic surgery and yoga and shit as J-Lo.
yoga and shit. I like how
Yoga
yoga is a
and
thing that you went to. Yeah,
Well,
you
that's what
should have,
women do to
she'd
tighten
have
up
the
their stuff.
yoga and shit.
Yeah, but it was like hot yoga though. Hot yoga.
Right.
Yeah.
I just always
I
think
can
of
see
Rue
J-Lo
McClanahan as,
yoga.
the lady from Starship Troopers over Golden Girls with her fake
Yep.
hair and the big eye thing.
Yep. For
Oh,
sure.
God.
Hurl their spore into space over Shakira. I a lot of fucking things into space. Do you understand me right now? Shakira, if you need another baby daddy, I am here. I am worthy. I will give you as much as you fucking need. Just do that tongue thing one more time, please.
Yeah. Dude, my favorite meme to come from the halftime show is the one with Shakira, and it says her hips don't lie, and there was like a little thing on her leg that said Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh my God! Yes.
That one was my favorite. I'm like, I didn't even notice that because I'm way too busy looking at them hips. And they don't lie, sir.
Oh my God! That's good shit. That's good shit.
And I nutted. Thank you, Shakira.
Yeah. Think about that
so
tongue action. Ooh.
that GIF is everywhere.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
hilarious too.
I'm not gonna lie. That whole her with the rope thing, I'm sure that was supposed to be symbolic or something, but the only thing I could think of was she's submissive and she wants me to do horrible things to her.
Yes, she
I
does.
will.
And she will look you in the fucking eyes as she does it, which just is Shakira.
Yes.
Come on.
She will say,
Fuck Timberland.
yes, daddy, and look right at you, and it's gonna be awesome.
That was crazy. Fucking J-Lo is 50. What the fuck?
And she
Yeah,
looked
dude.
good.
Yeah, she's still
And
got
also, I did laugh at the notion of her doing a stripper pole part of the show and then a bunch of kids singing. I was like, this is too funny to not appreciate. Just be like, she was like, I'm on a stripper pole. Sing it, kids. It's like, should we?
Yeah. I
So-
mean, the people bitching about the halftime show, it's like at least it was entertaining. I mean, go back to like several halftime shows that I can think of, specifically the Black Eyed Peas, that was fucking dog shit. And then,
God. Or
what would you
no.
rather have?
Even worse than that. Fergie one year, I think, did it, didn't she?
She's
Nah,
part of
she was with the Black
Peas.
Eyed Peas.
Well, no. I think she did it by herself one year, didn't she?
You're thinking of that national anthem at the NBA game. Ben, yeah. You're thinking of that.
Okay, all right.
And yeah, wave.
Okay, all right. Good. Yeah, that would make sense then, because I was just like, yeah, she was by herself. She was by herself
no,
somewhere, and I was like, damn, dude.
That's
You're
embarrassing.
thinking of
and
Black
the
Eyed
funny
Peas.
thing was,
They had
she-
weird light up suits, and it was just
Yep.
off key
And
awful.
she tried to do "Sweet Child of Mine" because Slash was
Yeah.
there, and she's just like doing
She was
her
off
best.
key and out of
she's
rhythm.
doing
It
her
was just
best
so
fucking-
bad.
Her best Faxel Rose impersonation, which was even funnier. She's got smile. I'm like, go stop,
Like,
Fergie.
just singing is Fergie. You're not Axl Rose, lady. Just singing
Yeah,
is you.
every day.
We know you can sing.
Every day we are on the side of that fucking blogster that called you a piece of shit. Every day we're on that dude's side. You need to stop.
So
Bryce Hilton, that's what I'm thinking of. Fuck that dude. But every time she sings, I'm like, you know what? Maybe he was on to something.
Jeez.
well, okay. So I want to try something new real quick. A new short segment. It's called Quick News. It's 5 quick topics. I'm gonna ask you guys a quick question, and then we're gonna move on to the show. So you guys ready?
You're gonna have a fucking Black
Let's do
Eyed
it.
Peas segment. I was like, dude, I can't
Yeah,
handle that.
Fine.
Who's your
All right.
favorite Black Eyed Pea and why?
Yeah, my favorite Black Eyed Pea is shit. I almost said Wyclef.
Yeah.
Wyclef. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go with Apple the Act on that one.
I'm gonna have to agree with Jeff. My favorite Black Eyed Pea is
I like Sam I Am personally.
Jeez.
Okay, so quick news. Disney has 5 seasons of The Mandalorian planned. Now, is this good or bad news? Dion?
so bad. Like you said 5 already. Like if there's one company that's gonna fuck this up, which makes this even funnier than our Black Eyed Peas joke we just did, it's fucking Disney. We've got 10 seasons of Mandalorian planned. Hey guys, we have no fucking idea. That's just terrible. It's a bad idea. You know, just what's wrong with just kind of doing things as it progresses? I just don't trust Disney at fucking all, especially with fucking Star Wars at this point, let alone Jon Favreau. I just imagine him having a fucking revolver to his brain, just being like, I'll fucking do it. Don't make me do another season. And they're just like, fuck, do another season. You've got 3 more to go. Fuck it. Gina Carano, get your ass in. Like, they're going to fuck it up. I promise.
Kendo.
I'm gonna go with bad idea, just because it's like, you know, you're already gonna say, here's how many more seasons we're gonna give you, but we only have 1 confirmed and written right now. So if Jon Favreau said, hey, I've got plenty of stuff to last us through season 5, then it's a good idea. But it's a bad idea to me, because it's probably just gonna be, hey, we're gonna look at Baby Yoda for an hour and we're all gonna hate it. Not that we hate Baby Yoda, but overexposure is a damn thing.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, too much Baby Yoda. You need to, like, you know, make that shit rare. You know, like the way they have been doing in the show, where it's like you see him every now and again. You know, he's there, you hear him, but he's not really there. Also, like they couldn't even do the massive trilogy right, and the movies that were around correctly, and you expect them to do this show correctly, like
100%.
Yeah, the best thing that came out of that whole trilogy thing was Rogue One, and that was barely any good. Once again, and I'm with Kendo. If Jon Favreau is the one saying this, and he has creative control and can do, you know, and make the show good and keep it on track, I'll find that. But if it's Kathleen Kennedy being like, "Yo, we need 5 seasons now, write it and, you know, get it done, like get a map going, you know, here's a room of dry erase markers, like just go nuts." I'm just gonna be like, no, don't trust her, because she wants things to be woke, and she wants things to be a certain way, and, you know, the Force is female and whatever, and it's just like, Don't do that, man. The Force is for everybody. It's not just female, you know.
Season 3, Baby Yoda becomes transgender.
Oh, geez, don't say
and
that. Don't do it.
hilarity ensues.
Jeez, don't do that. I mean, so far I love the show. Season 1 is awesome, is great. Hopefully, it keeps that trajectory. I don't think it will, because it's Disney, but you know, here's hoping.
Yeah, I am thinking this is bad because they can't even get Obi-Wan working. Do we want the Mandalorian? I think right now the Mandalorian's a fluke. It's awesome. We all tend to like it. but it's a one-off. If you can continue that, then I'll continue to build some faith for Disney Star Wars, because for me it goes episode 7 sucked. Episode 8 is a nightmare. Rogue One, pretty cool. Episode 9, a nightmare. Solo, a nightmare. Mandalorian, really damn good. So it's not in Disney's favor right now. Star Wars is not, but that's that piece of news. Folks in the comments, let me know if you guys think 5 seasons of The Mandalorian sounds good. You either need an overarching story, because that Moff Gideon stuff, while it's very cool, isn't enough for 5 seasons. Because, I mean, we're just playing around in this little pocket of time post the Return of the Jedi.
Yep. Return of the Jedi.
5 seasons of that shit. Is it all to just make up for the episode 7 plot? Because it makes no sense. That would be stupid to have a series go for 5 seasons just to fix that.
God, I hope not.
So that would piss me off.
Oh God, yeah, that might be the reasoning. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, our next piece of news is for you, Kendo. Kevin Smith reveals the location of Clerks 3 with a tweet that reads, "Clerks 3 takes place almost entirely at Quick Stop." Kendo, what are your thoughts?
Sold. I want the tickets today.
Same here, Nick.
I'm still burnt by Kevin Smith. The last 3 movies have been dog shit. So I mean, I haven't seen the new Clerks reboot, so I can't say anything about that. I hope it's good. I've heard good things, but I don't know. But I don't know. He's just kind of gone downhill for me. He just needs to go back to his comic book shop and just sell that shit and just live like that or whatever, and eat kale for the rest of his life, because that seems to be good.
Yeah, it's true. It's helping him. He's thin.
Yeah.
Did he cry during production of this one too? Because based on that fucking knowledge, we're screwed, because Clerks 3 is gonna suck.
All right, I'm excited for Clerks 3 because I like 1 and 2 a lot. But our third piece of news is bad for all of us across the board. I'm going to speak for everyone.
Yeesh.
Knives Out is getting a sequel.
Yuck.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
What's the sequel gonna be? Is it this time?
It's
like
like
the killer wasn't really the killer, Dion. That's the twist. Subvert their expectations.
Is it actual Captain America comes into the sequel of Knives Out, and every time he goes, "Yes, ma'am," she pukes there?
Don't give him ideas, because Ryan's probably gonna take that.
Oh God. Well, I mean, like, it's like making a part 2 to Clue. Like, how do you do that?
You don't.
Well, you start a new game, and it's like, this is the new game of Clue, and Colonel Mustard did it in the last one. Maybe he won't do it in this one.
So then it's going to be 3 movies of just Daniel Craig being this like Southern detective. Is that all it's going to be?
Listen, yes. I was actually very impressed with his accent, and I did enjoy Captain America calling him KFC the whole time. That was funny.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just like, or Colonel Sanders, and I'm just like, that's actually pretty good. But I just don't see a sequel. Like, what? It's so it's obviously got to be, that's the only character that you can have in it again. You're not going to have the maid who threw up and that's her personality. So
maybe that's what the sequel's going to be. Is Daniel Craig goes to solve another murder mystery at a weird estate. It's like, hey, we've seen this movie before. It was the last one.
Is it this time? It's a dude who throws up every time he sees a woman.
Oh God,
yes.
Number 4 on our list is Mission Impossible 7's working title is Libra, and the film is slated for 2021 release. Are we excited for Mission Impossible 7?
Always.
Yes.
Always. Mission Impossible has always delivered for me in these last few years. I enjoyed the fuck out of those movies. They're really fun. And I'm down. I'm good to go.
Yeah, dude, rag on Tom Cruise all you want, but he tends to make better movies than he doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, his movies now are parts of blockbuster series. I don't know if he can do another project that's not part of a series. I mean, Jack Reacher wasn't exactly fucking golden, goddamn. Yeah, it wasn't anything good.
And don't forget The Mummy.
Right.
No, you're supposed to forget The Mummy, Nick.
Listen,
universe, bitch.
Listen, I tried to. I remember a week after that came out, it was news that like he was like bogarting the whole thing. Even the director sat in the chair and is like counting his money. He's like, "Yeah, Tom, that looks good, man. Just action, just do your thing."
Tom Cruise was in a movie with a hot chick and it was bad. That's hard. What the fuck, Tom? That's your one thing that you can do now. Scientology's a thing. We're not okay with that shit. Your job is to be in movies with attractive women. That's what you do. He fucked that up. He cannot be trusted. Okay, so as much as I want to see Mission Impossible 7, I'm worried. Like, who's going to be the bad guy? Which is going to be another big name, which has me excited. But I don't want it to be oh fuck, man. Tom Cruise he's a heads or tails actor now, baby. We don't know.
Yeah. But Top Gun 2 had a trailer during the Super Bowl, which means they spent a shitload of money on that. They believe in it, and it's gonna come good. I know it. I can feel it in my bones.
Listen, I don't know, man.
I hope it's good.
I really hope it's good. Crazy bitch now. So
don't you dare talk shit about Jennifer Connelly.
Her too. Maybe listen. I really do hope that Maverick is good. I fucking love the trailer. Hopefully we have Val Slimmer in it. But I listen. Tom Cruise, that dude is damaged goods now. He's a heads or tails flip. I don't know, man. Like I said, I would probably say if Maverick is bad, then Mission Impossible 7 is probably going to be really fucking weird. It's going to be really weird.
Well, we'll find out, a couple months from now. Kendo, you got the days counting down, right?
Yeah, it's going to be in June. I can't fucking wait. It can be like a 2-hour loop of them doing just clips from the first movie. I'm like, that was a great fucking sequel.
Okay.
I love this movie.
Also, Tom Cruise is almost 60.
Good for him.
That's
fucking he's why are you ragging on Tom Cruise, Nick?
No,
was it because he wasn't in Dark Fate? Your favorite movie of the year?
Second favorite movie of the year.
First being in Dark Fate would have been most
Charlie's Angels, all right?
That would have been the most fitting shit that Tom Cruise
would have. Oh my god, it would have.
Because we are living in the dark Tom Cruise timeline, man.
Well, look at Tom Cruise aside, we have one more piece of news, and Nick, this is for you. It's a short one.
Oh god.
It's good. You'll love it. The Goonies is going on a 35th anniversary tour across 5 cities in the state of Oregon. We should go, Nick. You should come out here. We'll drive up to Oregon, and we'll go see all 5 screenings.
Oh my god! If I get to see one of them, I'll really be happy. I need to look at the date set and figure out all the money for that kind of thing. I'm down. I just need to budget correctly.
Go to joeblow.com. They got all the information.
Okay.
Yo, if Corey doesn't sing Ascension Millennium, it's a fucking waste.
Wow. I bet he doesn't even show up.
He probably wouldn't.
He ain't got shit else to do.
Well, he got his band and shit.
Listen,
his angels.
Those people are trying to kill him.
They're booked. Yeah, his band is booked so fucking tight. He's gonna be so busy around then. Let me check his schedule right now. Spoiler alert: he's fucking free.
The dark people are trying to come and get him. Because he's got all those assassins coming after him.
Whoa! What do you mean? What do you mean, dark people?
No, the guys in the suits and shit. God, calm down.
Right. Is he gonna wear? Is he gonna wear?
Now you're backtracking.
Is he gonna wear gloves that are too small when he fights them too, or is that just for the
probably
Millennium video?
Probably
with a random energy drink in the background.
He's gonna show up with a bow staff, like, "Hey, I voiced Donatello. I know how to use one of these things."
Is he gonna show up to the anniversary with another random black kid just dancing in the background?
Might. Corey Feldman's a weird dude. Of course, he's got an excuse, but still.
Yeah. Well,
Ascension. Millennium.
Look. Speaking of weird shit, it's time to move on to the main topic for tonight: Birds of Prey. I know. The audience is here. Birds of Prey has come out of nowhere, essentially, to go back to nowhere because this movie is going to flop hard. But this is a movie that has fallen in line with films like Ghostbusters 2016, Nick's favorite Terminator Dark Fate, Charlie's Angels of 2019, and any other film that uses the feminism-first advertising approach. Now, this channel has never been anti-lady. We've always been very honest about stuff. Dion, how much do you love Sigourney Weaver in Alien?
She brought me into manhood. I fucking love Sigourney Weaver. She can call me a bitch anytime she wants. Because you are, but that's the kind of man you are. It's not where I was going, but I agree.
No, but I always like to throw those out there because it's funny. We have these detractors online, these people that think they know us, the people that think they can talk about the stuff that we're into, the shelf life, all these things. And no, we call it like we see it with bad entertainment. And Birds of Prey looks terrible. I saw the trailer whenever anyone else did when it first came out, and I thought to myself, this looks bad. And then I saw more and more about the film, and I had less and less interest. And now there's all this news from Ewan McGregor talking about how it's a feminist film, it's about misogyny, it's all these things, and my eyes roll in the back of my head. So, you know what, Nick, we'll start with you. When you saw the Birds of Prey trailer, what were your thoughts?
My thought was like, did anybody ask for this? Who, like, this is one of those things where, you know, like, you know, Dark Phoenix came out, Charlie's Angels and Dark Fate came out, all these 3 movies with the same kind of, you know, message. And it's just kind of like
message.
I'd like to know more.
Nick died.
Nick died for once. By the way, folks, we have
They fucking killed my friend. God damn you.
They got him. Those people were going after Corey Feldman, but they got Nick first.
His gloves weren't tight enough.
He ascended to
Shimona.
So no,
he really did go. Shit.
he really did go. You know what? We have
He
folks.
died. Pour it out for Nick. Come on,
Yeah.
Nick. Let's get an F in the chat for Nick.
F in the chat for Nick. Big rig.
Nick or Dion, you go. What are your thoughts on this trailer?
Well, you might as well call it Suicide Squad because, listen, I saw it and I was actually kind of hopeful for it. I'm not a huge Birds of Prey fan, you know, in that because I was already pissed that Harley Quinn was in it, and then I saw the trailer, and Hillary said she goes, yeah, I really want to see that, and I was just sitting there, and she says, I want to see. She looked at me, I said, it's gonna be fucking terrible. And so she goes, well, it looks pretty cool. And I'm like, babe, like they never explain because Birds of Prey are supposed to be heroes. Like they're supposed to be heroes. And Harley Quinn hasn't like had the moment where they explain how she goes from a murderous psychopath to being a hero. And like
her face turn was off screen on the network. You had to like tune in that day.
And it's like it's like you can't have house show Harley Quinn show up with zero explanation. And listen, and I am just as fed up with the lack of explanation as far as story for a lot of these movies, especially when they try to use, hey, we have vaginas as a selling point. That being said, I think it's not going to fail because of that. It's going to fail because you're going to have this person who's supposed to be a villain, and then she's a hero now. Like you can't have Huntress and Montoya and Black Canary working with someone who's a fucking murderer. Like it's not gonna work. And in the trailer, they never like the whole point of her becoming a bird of prey is that she broke up with somebody. That's the most backhanded fucking bullshit ever. Like if you and again, I'm not a woman. Surprise, surprise. I'm not speaking for women. I'm not saying that women should feel a certain way. But if you're a woman and they are selling you this movie and the whole point is, hey, she broke up with somebody, here's a movie, you should be like, that's a negative, chief. That's a terrible reason to sell this movie. And
what you're saying is a man created the Birds of Prey. That's what you're saying. A dude created the Birds of Prey.
Yes,
inadvertently.
Yep. Come on, girls. Me and the Joker broke up. And I'm just like, holy shit, this looks so fucking bad. Even she's like, I named him Bruce after that Wayne guy. Like she's naming the hyenas after dudes, and it's supposed to be about her emancipation. I'm like, bitch, you murdered people. Birds of Prey would be going after you. Like what is this? So I think it's gonna be real. I don't give a shit. Even though because it got like 89% on the tomato meter or whatever. It looks really bad. I'll probably still end up taking Hillary to see it, but dude, it looks so bad. No one's gonna go for it. Even the people who believe, like, oh, it's woman led. It's gonna be like even the people who are shallow, who think that screaming at people as a personality trait, even they're going to watch this movie and be like, yeesh.
Well,
Ugh.
the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is up right now for Birds of Prey, and it's 86%.
Oof.
80.
That's
Okay,
gotta be like,
all
that's
right.
gotta be early shield though.
Okay, 86%. Verified ratings of 44 people. Just so you know.
What? 44 people?
That can't be
What?
accurate because
Yeah, because like the tomato meter total count for that is 150. So just so you're aware.
yeah. Well, I mean, I knew that this movie was probably going to be a problem or have trouble and Nick knows the exact moment. I sent a message to you guys and said, "Did you see the new ad for Birds of Prey?" Because originally it was just Birds of Prey, blah 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 blah. Come see it, and then it turned into Harley Quinn's narration of the Birds of Prey, and it was no longer Birds of Prey. It was like Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey and her, or her fantastic friends, or however they were. It essentially went from we have this group of female heroes to, hey, look, it's Harley Quinn and her shorty shorts. Check out Margot Robbie's ass. Oh, there's these other chicks in it too.
Well, the fact
That's when I was like,
and again, and no one
a problem with this movie.
In the target audience doesn't give a shit, but the fact that you have a Birds of Prey with no Oracle in it is just insulting.
No explanation of where the fuck this all came from.
Right, and it's so the explanation that they're alluding to is, hey, here's Birds of Prey. It's formed over Harley Quinn breaking up with the fucking Joker. So her leaving an abusive relationship is the catalyst for the emancipation of one Harley Quinn. That is so bad, dude. That is the most like I cannot express how much of a bad fucking idea this is. It's gonna be so cringy to watch. And I love Ewan McGregor, dude. I think he's awesome. I love him as Black Mass. I love the idea, but him being like, this is a movie for women. Like, dude, she's leaving like that's her whole personality in this movie. That's a bad sign. Ewan. What are you doing?
That poster art right there tells it all, though. It's Harley Quinn front and center, and then everybody else kind of in the background.
Well, not just that. Like the title I'm seeing here on the page I'm on for Rotten Tomatoes says "Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn." That's the name of the movie.
Yes, that's the name of the movie.
Oh my god!
But hey, at least the Bad Boys for Life got a 77%. So apparently you guys watched the wrong movie.
Jesus Christ, man! Even okay, I'd rather go watch Bad Boys again than this. And that's saying something, because even that they fucked up the whole storyline. But whatever.
I am okay with bad movies getting that like 77. That's very fitting for a movie that's not very good, right? And it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's old Will Smith and fat Martin Lawrence. Like you don't have like the whole crux of the movie is, hey, I'm old. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Wait, yes, you are. No, I'm not. You're old. Okay, you're right. I'm kind of old. Like that's fine.
Yeah, that is.
It's not a great movie. I love it. It's essentially a kung fu movie with Will Smith and gunfire. I think it's great. But fucking Birds of Prey, dude, you have a dude writing this supposedly super feminist movie where the best thing he could come up with is, hey, I broke up with my abusive boyfriend and I'm a crazy murderer and I become a superhero. He had years to come up with a fucking story for this movie. That's the best he could come up. Holy shit. This is the worst idea ever.
Well, is it safe to say
what
that
Hollywood was in trouble and
beep boop beep bop Harley Quinn.
Beep, boop, Dion?
Yes.
Is it safe to say this is the most poorly put together superhero or / comic book movie of the decade?
Easily. It is definitely the worst put together one. You could tell this was a knee-jerk, money-grabbing reaction to the end of the Marvel craze. They made Suicide Squad. It got shit on. They took one of two things that were the good about it. Fucking Harley Quinn. And they put an entire movie behind it. Like there's no thought in it. They didn't say, hey, Harley Quinn was never part of the Birds of Prey. They didn't go, hey, we never explained her turning face. They didn't go, hey, we want a movie for women. Let's come up with something, I don't know, original or well thought out. They were just like, hey, she's leaving a dude who's a crazy murderer. Oh yeah, she's a fucking psycho murderer. That's our movie. And everyone's just like, I can't wait to see it. And I'm like, dude, you guys are going to have a bad time.
Oh yeah, dude. Like the entire first, Dion, this hop slams for you. Secondly,
My man.
The entire fucking lead up to this movie, the entire like selling of this movie has been Harley Quinn. It's like, hey guys, remember Suicide Squad? Yeah, don't talk about the bad stuff, but you remember when we showed you a lot of pictures of like of Margot Robbie's ass in those little shorty shorts? Yeah. Well, she's in another movie, Birds of Prey, a lot of chicks, tight pants. Come see it, February 2020. That's pretty much been the movie, and I really don't have a lot of hope for this because Suicide Squad was that bad. This just looks like Suicide Squad, but with more women.
Yo, Rodline, was it really written by a woman? What the fuck? That's even worse. That's even worse. That makes it way worse. Hey, here's
Jeff
this movie. We're gonna have, and we lost Jeff too. God, what is happening today? But dude,
apparently those people after Corey Feldman got Jeff too.
Dude, they got him and oh my god, what's gonna happen?
They got him
dude?
and Nick. The Corey Feldman Killer Mafia is coming
together. We've got to stick together, right. Kendo. I got your back, man. We'll just stand back to back. We'll rotate clockwise, and we'll fight off those dudes that are wearing really tight gloves.
If there was two of us from the channel that had to fight a group of people, I would take me and you as like having the best chance. I mean, Jeff could probably like maul somebody with like the palm of his hand, but like I don't know. I think me and you got the moxie.
What did I miss?
A lot. Us laughing about because what was it? It was formerly Rodline that said that Birds of Prey actually it's saying that it's written by a woman, and I was going, that's way worse. That's terrible. That a woman who wrote this, they tabbed a woman, which hey, good job, guys, that's good. And the best she could come up with, if she's the one that's credited as writing this, is hey, Harley Quinn, and her whole motivation is she broke up with a dude. And I'm just like, this is gonna be way worse than I thought. It's holy shit.
Well,
this is gonna be so bad.
I have a feeling this is gonna turn into that song, the Single Ladies by Beyonce, but the
movie. Well, okay. Nick, would you like to make the point you've been trying to make since the internet died half an hour ago?
Dude, I don't know. I think Comcast fucking hates me. I think it's a problem. I'm downloading way too much porn way too fast. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Are you reading the transcripts of your Pornhub videos?
Yes, because I'm blind.
Those are fucking interesting. Oh yeah, I love it. I can't believe you're my stepbrother. Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, really, you really want to read that? Because that just makes it weirder.
Yeah, like I've been saying for a while now, this movie's gonna suck. I checked my own local theater, the Atlantic Station thing is for the seats and stuff, and they're wide open. They're wide open tomorrow and Saturday at around between 7 and 9. Both those showings across all the theaters they have open for that are entirely open. The seats are still for sale. No, they're not sold out or anything. There's like maybe 5 or 6 taken. Like nobody cares.
Well, I was going to save this for a little later, but I asked people in today's video to send us, pictures of
that explains a lot.
Yeah.
I was getting a shitload of notifications about posts in the Facebook group, and I'm like, "Why am I getting all these theater posts?"
I asked for
I haven't seen the video yet. Yeah, I haven't watched the video yet, Jeff.
If you look here, folks, well, you should have.
Yeah,
asshole.
Jeff.
I was busy.
Mm-hmm.
You should have, you fucking dick.
Yeah, what a terrible fan I am.
I know, right?
I fucking asked them to, you fucking goober.
But right here we have I can't tell what, I guess this is Germany, I'm guessing, yeah. So this is a German theater. These red seats are available. These blue seats are comfort ones, and the gray ones are taken. So there's not a lot taken for this movie. I mean, this is a wide release. This is a Warner Brothers picture. This isn't some independently released film. This is based off of Batman characters. They have all the money. It has a big budget, and that's what we got. And we've been getting these all day. So let's see.
One of the toy makers that I follow on Instagram did the same thing, and he showed an entire theater. It was an AMC, and out of an entire theater, he got tickets early. There were like 4 other seats taken in the entire fucking theater, and I'm just like, dude, this is this isn't looking good. Like again, like don't get me wrong, man. You know, people want cool action chick flicks, but if your whole mindset is watch it because it's a bunch of chicks, you know, because it's a bunch of broads who kick ass, you know, that means that you forgot to write a movie. You know, you that's not a good sign, man. And again, you know, the oh my god, like the fact, like dude, I just can't get over the fact that they made a movie about a woman who left an abusive relationship, and she's like, me and the Joker broke up, and it's not about how, hey, he treated me like shit and he killed people. It's me and the Joker broke up, and then it's her blowing up the factory and eating fucking cheese. I'm just like, yo,
cheese whiz or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, this is about her leaving an abusive relationship. Like it's not that it's, and I get that it's not in your face. But subliminally, man, you know, just the back of people's brains are gonna pick up on that shit. Like, you know, Hollywood needs to understand moviegoers aren't stupid, especially when you try to pander to a specific group. And no one's gonna be like, yeah, okay, she left the Joker. Okay, her and the Joker are done. Okay, I want to see this shit. Like, we all grew up. There's a specific episode of Batman the Animated Series where he tells her that she's in a bad relationship. That's the majority of the fan base, dude. Like, no one's like, oh, I want a relationship like that. Only the stupid people post that shit. They're not gonna go see this shit.
Well,
oh my god, it's gonna be so bad.
Dion, how damaging is it though? And it almost offensively, in a way, that you take this movie, you want to die on the hill. This is a feminist film. This is this. This is that. Harley Quinn's the hero, but she's psychologically damaged. It's like, they talk about strong female characters, yet this is what they present to you. Wouldn't somebody be upset? You know, wouldn't you want somebody that you can get behind, that's complex, that has a decent compass? Like, Harley Quinn just goes around and does what the Joker told her to do. And based off Suicide Squad, she did a lot of gnarly shit.
Yeah.
I think the other thing too is, you know, Injustice 2 came out just a couple years ago, right? And a huge part of not just Injustice the game, but of the series was Harley Quinn getting over the fact that she was with the Joker. She's her own person, and she had to make up for what she did. That was a huge thing, and the game did well. So those people this is very fresh in their minds, and when you just shove Harley Quinn in someone's face and say, hey, like her because, hey, remember that cute blonde chick that was in that one movie? She's in this one. She's the same person. Like her. Hey, we've all had breakups, right? Haha, by our movie. People aren't going to fall for that shit. And it's, you know, there's no face turn. There's no element of the movie where Harley Quinn is paying for what she did. No matter, that's one reason why Suicide Squad was so bad. There was no acknowledgement of them being the actual Suicide Squad, you know, and you know that's part of that's part of their penance. They're all very bad people. They've murdered people. They're assassins. They've killed people. You know, they all have the fact that Batman kicked their ass in common because they're bad people. That's kind of they're coming from behind. They're kind of getting penance for what they do. And then you have Birds of Prey, which the Birds of Prey are a superhero team. Like, they would not just help Harley Quinn for the sake of helping Harley Quinn. They'd be like, yo, you got to pay for what you did. And the fact that there's no Oracle in it, the fact that it's all based on Harley Quinn not wanting to work for a bad guy as opposed to being like, hey, I did some fucked up shit. I have to pay my fucking price for that. It's, hey, I got a hyena that's named Bruce, and I broke up with the Joker, and Officer Montoya and Huntress is in this shit, and Black Canary. Like, dude, Black Canary is one of the most respected heroes of recent memory, and she's just gonna be like, oh, okay, Harley Quinn, you broke up with the Joker. I had a breakup too. We're both chicks. There's 4 pairs of tits so far. Let's go fight crime. Well, it's like, that's terrible.
Well, hold on. Let's pull it back for a minute. So we're looking at all these seats across the country, across the world, actually, and we're not really getting. We're getting a good picture of, you know, this is Texas. Look at all these seats that people want. Nobody bought a ticket for that screening or that screening. There's 3 in that screening. I mean, these aren't little, hole in the wall towns. Some of these are bigger places in Georgia. Some of these are, major American cities. You got to wonder, is this kind of tactic with Birds of Prey a desperation attempt? Because at least they can win brownie points on the internet, because this movie looked dumb. I don't care if Ewan McGregor said nothing in the media and we didn't have all these terrible writers making excuses for the film. The movie looked stupid as is. I mean, okay, side note, Suicide Squad is my least favorite DCEU film. Dion, do you like Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I fucking love it. No, fuck Suicide Squad.
Nick?
No, man, it was dog shit.
Kendo?
I'd rather be shot in the face and watch the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl.
Okay, well.
Also, here's the thing: brownie points don't pay bills, man.
No.
Yep.
They can be part of the little, the pink hat squad, and get those people to like them and things like that. But those people aren't going to go out and watch movies. They don't have any money to pay for this stuff. Like, I think Hollywood is, hopefully with this and a bunch of other flops that probably will happen this year, they're going to finally realize that if they keep going this woke route and keep doing these remakes and reboots of things people don't want and have not asked for, they're not going to make money. They need to think about doing lower budget things like under $100 million in order to recoup their money back.
Or find better comic book shit to adapt instead of.
I agree, man. I agree.
Listen, Birds of Prey. That's the problem. I think that's. I think you're hitting the nail on the head, but you're missing. It's Birds of Prey is a great property to make a movie on. It really is. It's again, I'm not a huge Birds of Prey fan. I don't read a lot of the comics of the characters that are in Birds of Prey, but I like Birds of Prey, and that's a great movie. But Birds of Prey weren't semi-successful or respected just because they were women. Like there were stories behind it. Oracle couldn't be a fucking superhero anymore. So there was a dynamic of her not being able to fight crime for a time, and she puts the other part of what makes her smart, where she puts a team together, and she's the motherfucker in the chair, so to speak. And then you have Black Canary and Huntress, and then they all had fleshed out stories. They were all good heroes on their own. Now, granted, they're not gonna hold a lot of water, But again, when you combine them, there was a dynamic, and then you're taking the name, you're gutting it just so you can force Harley Quinn in there and say, hey, it's a woman in a movie. It's Birds of Prey because hey, we're insinuating feminist stuff because it's Birds of Prey. Get it? Birds, ladies, go watch it. And that doesn't, you saying something over and over again is not a personality trait. That's not something that people want to get to know someone over. And there could have been a good Birds of Prey movie, but they fucking Vince McMahon it. They're like, hey, here's the thing you want, but it's not what you want. And it's like, what the fuck? It's gonna be so bad.
I'm gonna go say ahead and here say on the picture 1, 2, then 3.
Oh, okay.
Who is this? So who are these women?
This is the Birds of Prey television show from 2002.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Yeah. So, let's see. Birds of Prey is an American action science fiction drama television series that was developed for the WB and is loosely based on the DC comic book series of the same name. It takes place in Gotham City, where they've been abandoned by Batman. Despite the series debut garnering a rating of 7.6 million viewers, the series was canceled after ratings fell sharply in subsequent weeks. 13 episodes were produced and aired in total. The initial trailers for the show used footage of Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns, indicating at one point in development the show was going to share a continuity with the Tim Burton Batman films.
Wow.
So one reason the show failed was because it was Birds of Prey. It had Oracle, but it was what's her name she was Batman and Catwoman's daughter. And that was something that, was a decent idea. But again, that's not Birds of Prey. Like Birds of Prey isn't because, hey, it's Batman's daughter. Like you stop trying to change what made the Birds of Prey the Birds of Prey. Fucking Like, just do what the comic book did. There's no shame in that. Stop trying to make it your own hip hop thing, dude. Whereas, hey, it's chicks, but it's like we made them cooler, bro. Like, no, motherfucker. Read the comic books and fucking do that. Like that, what they did, fucking do that.
Well, Dion, that's my biggest problem with all the Snyderverse DCEU stuff. It's trying to make it cool and make it different. The thing is, the source material was already cool. This is where DC has always made the mistake that Marvel never has, up until Captain Marvel, where you adapt the source material, the popular version. You give people the popular version, the beloved version. You know, Tony Stark. We didn't get the dead Tony Stark, who's an a hologram. They didn't put that in the movie. They didn't put these stupid versions of these beloved characters in the films. DC continues to do that poorly, I might add. Now, the flip side is Joker. We just came off of Joker. Nick, you said earlier these movies need to be made under $100 million. That's a $64 million budget. It's a $1 billion grosser.
Well, no, because
it's gonna win an Oscar.
Well, because here's the thing: like we're past the Star Wars and comic book era. Like that ended to me, anyways. That ended last year. Like we're done with it. It's gone. To me, and especially with last year being the lowest year for theater attendance, and then on top of that, out of so many billions of dollars, $6 billion was all allocated to Disney for all their properties. So, in order to get people to the theaters again, you have to market these smaller movies. They have to be smaller. You cannot make a movie for $150 million and up and expect to have $1 billion weekend every weekend because of it being like a one-off or something of lesser value.
Being greedy.
Yeah, I mean you have to really you can't be greedy. You have to make it small. You have to make it concise. You have to make it decent and concentrate on the story and the acting and make it compelling enough for people to be like, yeah, I'm going to spend $15 and go to the theaters and go watch this. That's what it is.
Okay, so I don't mean to cut you off, Nick. I apologize, but Slim Job Dopamine. You guys are all fat retards. How are you gonna say the source material and then just say Joker, which didn't follow that story? Here's the difference with Joker, right? They started Joker out saying, "Hey, this is not based on the same Joker," so the expectation was already tempered, right? 2, even though they're not following the comic book origin of Joker, it's fun because it was an original take on something, right? Suicide Squad wasn't an original take. They tried to have it an answer, part of DC's answer to Avengers. It was specifically made for Avengers. It wasn't an original take. 3, Joker, again, they weren't trying to make Joker the hero. Now, he was the focal point. They made you empathize with him. At the same time, the movie ends and you still say, hey, he inadvertently got people fucking killed and he still stalks a chick and he still maybe murdered her and her daughter and he still murders a chick and is running a hallway in her blood. They don't make him the hero, right? It was a very well thought out story based on an established property, but it was still original enough where you understood it and enjoyed it. You don't have that with Suicide Squad. I promise you're not going to have that with Birds of Prey. And that's why things like the DC Universe and Captain Marvel fail. Original doesn't mean first in the series. Original doesn't mean, hey, it's this director we've never met before and he's doing what we tell him. That's not what original means. It means that, hey, you're taking a risk. And B, it also means that you're actually thinking about what it is you're putting into film. You have a story. You're putting something together. You're making a movie for the sake of the movie. You're not making a movie for the sake of beating Avengers. That's what we mean. That's what we're saying.
Plus, Joker's good.
Plus, it's fucking good. Joaquin Phoenix is fucking good in that movie. They're not trying to make Joker a fucking role model. They're like, hey, this is the character. This is the character. These things happened to him, and he became this, and he's still bad. They're not trying to force feed you a Roman Reigns storyline where he beats everybody up and he's the hero of the city. They're not going against what the story is and who the Joker is, while it's still an original take on it. That's why it fucking worked.
Well, I got something I'd like to read for you guys. This review is the namesake for this episode of the show. Would you like to hear just a small snippet of it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey and the fantabulous
yeah.
emancipation. Fuck you. Of Harley Quinn is more than horrible. It should not exist. Money should never have been raised for it. The screenplay should have never been filmed. Margot Robbie shouldn't have produced it. She certainly shouldn't have starred in it. It's just a terrible thing to inflict on audiences who, after all, didn't hurt anyone and just hoped to have a nice time. The movie, a sequel of sorts to the 2016 film Suicide Squad that introduced Robbie as Harley Quinn, has style problems, story problems, plotting problems, and tonal problems. But if there's a main problem, it's with the central character, Harley Quinn. The character makes no sense. But no, even that makes sense, sounding better than they are. That makes things sound better than they are. There's no chance there at all. There's a look, there's an attitude, and there's an assemblage of mannerisms. But they're all veneers surrounding a vacuum. Screenwriter Christina Hodson found no character to write, and so Robbie has absolutely nothing to act. But she keeps trying. Such a spectacle can be hardly called entertainment, yet it can be interesting in an academic way to watch someone of proven talent, such as Robbie, try to breathe life into such an utterly dead thing. You can really see her work in a way that you might not notice in a better film, because a better film is too distracting. Here she plays a woman who had a tormented childhood, excelled academically, and received her doctorate, met the Joker, fell in love, and later jumped into a vat of toxic chemicals, which skewed her mind. I'm not going to go any further because that sounds terrible. What do you guys think?
I think it's around
based on the picture.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'm going to say 3, 5, and then throw the rest of the wolves. But that just sounds terrible. That movie it sounds awful. It's like they took the best part of Suicide Squad and say, we're going to build a movie around this, but make it worse.
Yeah, it sounds like the Charlie's Angels movie where it's just like, yeah, it had problems with telling story and all that crap, and they just kind of threw things they kind of threw shit at the wall and just waited for something to stick, and they just filmed that for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
so,
you wouldn't.
Beep boop beep bop.
I know what he was gonna say, and I was like, yeah, I went to go watch it. Yeah, I did. I have no problem with that. I watched it so I could report on it.
It's just a waste of talent and a waste of time and a waste of $200 million.
Well, 97 to be exact.
Double it if you factor in marketing.
Marketing,
there's a lot of marketing for this.
And
it
seems like he hit it right on the head. I mean, you're starting with a cover of a book and you have no idea what to put on the fucking pages in between. And it's just that's what's so frustrating about this shit, because you have something that you could do something with. You have an opportunity to make something worth the time it takes to fucking worth a damn. And then you have all that and you decide to, well, we're just gonna make a pretty cover and we're gonna hope people come watch it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you in this business if you're only trying to make a movie to swindle people out of money? It's just, like, stop trying to con a con man. It's not working. It's just not working.
Yeah, and I mean, if it was not last year, if people feel like they're being preached to or it's something good, they're not going to spend their money on it,
right?
And we, as Jeff has showed earlier, with all the people, with all the theaters not selling tickets, I mean, it's the writing's on the wall, man. It's there. Nobody wants it, So,
yeah, I'm looking up some of my theaters from back home to see what's up, but let's play the game, folks in the chat. What do you think this is going to do this weekend? I'm going to guess 25 mil.
I'm guessing 20. I'm guessing 20.
I mean, I think it's going to barely be number one. I think I'm going to go with 25 too. It's not looking good. I mean, this is going to, and that's what's so depressing. Like, people are going to fucking lose their jobs over this shit.
Are we playing Price's Right rules? Because if so, $1.
Fair enough. Kendo votes $1, dog.
Okay.
$1. Oh man. Yeah,
it's becoming a joke at this point. Like, you can guess when a movie's gonna flop, and these people who are getting paid six figures to do this shit are just they're fucking baffled as to why it's happening. And it's just like stop assuming that moviegoers are stupid. Fucking make a movie. Make something that you're proud of. And again, I get that not everyone was super hype on Joker. I understand that not everyone was very excited for DCU trying to turn the corner, and I even understand the fact that hey, we're in the age of filmmaking where there isn't really a blueprint to mirror. That being said, there are still things as good movies, and the point of making a movie should be to tell a story. It shouldn't be to make money. And Birds of Prey and Charlie's Angels are perfect examples of what happens when you don't keep your eyes on target. Red 2, this is what fucking happens.
Yeah, they need to cut the chatter. You're right.
Yeah, man.
That's a great. I don't even know if you intended to do that, but Red 2 is Wedge Antilles, who is the uncle of Ewan McGregor. So boom.
Mm-hmm.
Some fourth wall shit right there.
Well, I wasn't going there, but I was thinking more like, hey, if you don't have a concise fucking plan, keep your eyes on the target, you're gonna fucking die, And right now, movies are fucking dying because, these people who are making them, they're taking the audience for granted, and there's nothing more insulting than being told you are supposed to see this movie, as opposed to will you see this movie? It's supposed to be a question, not a demand. And we're at this point now where, you've got great actors like Ewan McGregor. You shouldn't have to make a statement to convince me to see the movie. The movie should come out. I should go see it. And then because it's good, people keep going to see it. You shouldn't be like, hey, this is a statement on misogyny. Two things can be true. Misogyny's bad and movies should be good. You don't have to fucking make it to where, hey, if you don't like this movie, you probably hate women. Like, no, that's not how this works at all. It's very disheartening. It's very disheartening, man.
I watched the movie The Gentleman twice in theaters. I was like, this is a good movie. I'm gonna go watch it again.
Yes.
And that movie was so much fun, and it was Guy Ritchie getting back to his roots of just doing British gangster shit, and it was so much fun.
That's what I want to hear.
It was so good.
Yes,
I took the time out of my weekend and went to go watch it again in the theater. I was just like, I want this experience again, and I'm glad I did because I saw things I missed, and it was wonderful.
Really
yeah, it's damn good, and that's going to be a Blu-ray buy whenever it comes out. Like, that was a really good movie, and I hope it made some money, and I hope it does good. But Birds of Prey. I'm wondering what the Monday backlash is going to be, and who's going to say what Monday morning when they get the numbers of it bombing.
And I'm sure Elizabeth Banks will open her fucking mouth about it, and it's just, there's no acknowledgement as to why these things are failing. No one wants to say, hey, you wanting to make a statement is not a personality trait. That's not a reason to make a movie. If you want to do that, go to a march, go to fucking, go and speak at a fucking rally, but don't try to make a movie where, hey, this group of people are shit, and if you like this movie, you're a good person. That's not how the real world works.
It's a lot easier to point fingers and place blame than it is to look at yourself and say, man, maybe we fucked up.
It is. You're right, man. You're absolutely right. What did we do wrong? And no one ever says, hey, us trying to preach. No one likes the dude on the side of the street screaming at people, preaching about some bullshit. No one likes that person, but somehow, hey, if your point of view is this, that's okay. That's not how this works, man. No one responds to that, especially if it's in movies, and it's just disheartening. And I feel bad for Margot Robbie, because she's doing Hot Ones and shit and talking about this movie, and it's like, yo, your movie looks trash, hun. Damn, it looks bad.
So let's see why Kendo's away because of the internet connection issue.
Oh,
let's
God.
see what the audience.
Oh my God, they got him. Fight him with the small gloves, Kendo.
The flu got him. So first up, our friend Red Alert says, which is worse, Wokebusters or Birds of They, Them?
I think so far I'm going to say Wokebusters because they, you had the cast specifically going out and sparring with the fan base, and so many of them still don't get why it failed, right? And don't get me wrong, Birds of Prey has the potential to be bad and be way worse, but so far, just that whole fiasco with not only the woke part, but them going and getting Fall Out Boy to do the fucking theme song, and all that bullshit.
The 2016 Ghostbusters one too.
Oh, right, yeah.
God,
so
because that worked.
Right. That's why I'm saying that one's worse so far. Now we'll see Monday morning. Maybe my take on Birds of Prey will change. Maybe it's worse than Wokebusters.
I don't know, man. That movie was really bad. And folks, if you want to hate yourself for 3 minutes and want to bash your brains in with a ball-peen hammer, go and listen to the Fall Out Boy Ghostbusters 2016 theme song. It's going to make you want to, jump out of a building and press, F for yourself. I'm not afraid. God, that song was so fucking bad.
The movie was bad too, man.
Well, the movie was terrible. Yeah, don't get me wrong. That movie was terrible, but I'd rather watch the movie than listen to the song.
Dude, I still love in the brand new Ghostbusters commercial, Paul Rudd's like, we haven't seen ghosts in like 30 years, and like it erases
it totally erases that movie. It's great. It retcons that movie.
I love that so
Leslie
much.
Jones was so pissed, besides the people that nobody wanted to look at her nudes.
Oh, dude, I love. Well, she also has like a Netflix special, I think, which I refuse to watch. Like,
awesome, but nobody else was watching it either.
God, I Netflix emailed me and like kept putting it up on the app, and I was like, no, I don't want to watch this. I mean, I just thumbs it down. I was like, no, just leave it. Just leave me alone. I don't want it.
Here's the thing I don't get. What's with attacking the fan bases? Essentially the audience, the people that, your customers. If I go to work and I start insulting every customer that walks through the door, I'm going to be fired.
Yeah.
But if I'm in Hollywood and I insult the customers and the fan bases, I'm applauded. What the fuck?
Well, that's the thing. They're not applauded, man. They're not applauded. It's the only difference is no one's getting fired. They're losing money, but no one's getting fired, and that's the disconnect. That's the issue that people are having, man. Like, it's just not how the world works. No one likes being preached to and then tell they're a bad person. You want to make change, you have to convince people. You don't tell them, and it's in Hollywood's at that point now, especially where it's like, hey, yo, you want to be this entity that's pro certain groups, then stop having fucking serial rapists make movies. Stop having people not stand up for the things they claim to believe in when the cameras are on. People get when things are disingenuous. People pick up on that shit. We're joking about Leslie Jones, and it was very funny that she's more known for her nudes and her movies being good. But she picked a fight with a fan base, and her movie sucks. Like, you can't make a movie, your movie's bad, and then say, hey, you're sexist and racist for not liking my movie. It's like, yo, make a good fucking movie. That's not my job. My job is not to make your movie be successful. That's what they pay you for. And I'm not a shitty person for watching your movie. I'd rather see weird pictures of you than watch a shitty movie that's telling me I'm a bad person.
Her nudes weren't very good either.
Well,
Dion complimented on him heavily, so there you go.
Well, that's just Dion, but
anyway, moving on. Our friend
2 out
Mark
of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah. Anyway, Mark C says, "Don't lie. We know you guys got a late start because Dion had to finish watching his Dark Fate Blu-ray /4K."
Oh,
that is a fair and accurate statement.
It's funny because I'm the one who admitted to buying it, and he's still getting flack for it.
That's because he won't admit to going to see it.
I love it, man.
Because I didn't see it. God damn it!
I love it. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
John Best says, "Seeing Birds of Prey in half an hour. Wish me luck." Well, John,
Godspeed, sir. Yeah. Godspeed.
Yeah, good luck.
That means he's seeing it currently right now as we speak. That guy's watching Birds of Prey.
I almost have a morbid curiosity to see this film because I was
kind of wanting to say, sorry for interrupting. I was kind of wanting to say, should we just go watch it for the channel?
I kind of want to because it looks like
I'm for sure taking Hillary, so you know.
Yeah, we knew Dion was going to go the second they announced it.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I get free tickets anyway, so I'm gonna go watch it.
Fuck it, let's go see it for the channel and talk about it next week.
Fine. Next Wednesday, folks, we'll have a review of Birds of Prey.
God damn it! What am I getting us into?
Good job, Kendo.
Fuck it, let's go watch the movie.
There you go. There you go.
Sorry for interrupting, Jeff.
You're completely fine, man. If the movie's as bad as I think it's going to be, I'm going to thank you because at least I had a good laugh.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
It's
I'll
going
have
to be
a couple
so
drinks
bad.
and go watch it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's going to be
let's do
so
it.
bad.
There you go, folks. You heard it here first. We're going to go watch Birds of Prey to tell you guys about how bad it was.
See, this isn't one of those movies that I feel people should be like, don't go see it, blah, blah, blah. It's just so dumb. I don't know.
I just hope we don't get Justice Leagued.
Oh, I don't think we can, dude.
How bad would that be?
Suicide Squad.
How bad would that be? We're going to see Birds of Prey. It's going to suck. And we're watching. It's like, well, this ain't actually so bad. Because I was actually nervous about coming on air that night. Because I'm like, I actually liked it. I'm going to go ahead and send the guys a message. Says this wasn't that bad. And everyone else is like, yeah, we'll talk about it. They're like, fuck, I'm going to be the only one that liked this movie. And then Jeff and Dean are like, hey, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, oh, thank God. I was expecting 2 hours to just beat the shit out of Kendo because he liked Justice League. But no, it's okay.
It should show our impartialness, our objectivity to such things, Kendo, and you should be proud to be part of such a. Well, I know you're not proud of the content we put out, but you should be proud. You should be proud to be part of such a channel.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I mean, it shows how impartial. Because we made how many fucking episodes leading up to Justice League, expecting it to be the fucking worst thing we've ever watched, and then we were all watching it, probably thinking the same thing, like, when's this going to shit the bed? This is actually pretty fun. And then we all showed up. We're worried about what the others were going to think when we said, hey, this actually wasn't that bad. And we're all like, hey, this wasn't that bad. Oh, fuck, thank God.
Well, you know what? Now that you mention it, that probably explains Birds of Prey better than I thought. Like, you know, I think that overall, you know, they make Justice League. It ends up being not that bad. People love, you know, they love Jason Momoa in it. They loved, you know, what's his nuts is Flash apparently, you know, and you know people loved Wonder Woman. So DC takes that and instead of learning from it, they dial that pit up to 11 and then they make fucking Birds of Prey.
We're like, hey, we made a shitty movie, but it wasn't actually that bad. It somehow worked out to be okay. Hey, right. I got an idea. You know all that goodwill we've got from the last two movies of Aquaman and Wonder Woman? Fuck it. Let's go ahead and just like copy Suicide Squad.
Yeah, like you loved one character.
Put in more women.
Let's do another movie based on the love of one character. They'll fucking love it. They love that shit. And it's like, no, you fucking idiots. That's not what we meant.
You guys missed the point.
Yes. Right over your fucking heads, Warner Brothers. Right over your fucking heads.
Mark C has two he wrote, and he says, how good is Mary Elizabeth Winstead? Good enough for Ewan McGregor to give up his wife and manhood. Is she
talking about real life or in the movie?
I don't know. I just know her as John McClane's daughter and Ramona Flowers from Scott.
Yeah,
Pilgrim
same
versus the
here.
World.
Well, I mean, I thought we were just based on her look. I was like, not enough to. Well, she wasn't. I forgot about that. And she was in Gemini.
In the worst season of Fargo.
Yeah, and she was in Gemini Man. You know, which I think wasn't all that bad. But yeah, if you're leaving your wife for Winstead, you've made a bad choice, Bucko. Because it's not
depends on your wife. I'll go ahead and put that one out there. It depends on your wife because she may be a trade up, she may be a trade down. Depends on what
he's almost 50. He's almost 50. You should not be fucking up a good thing for John McClane's shitty daughter. Like, just don't do it.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that one. Unless it's Margot Robbie.
Well,
like, hey, he's leaving his wife for Margot Robbie. And I'm going to be like, oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I would too.
That I get. I'd be like, yo, you can even talk like annoying ass Harley Quinn. I'll get past that shit too.
Yeah, any day. Just
that's a hard sell.
I don't know, man. If I was sitting there and she comes walking, hey, Mr. J, be like, the only J I'm thinking about is that BJ right here, bitch.
I'm so proud that you're
Oh,
my
God.
friend, Kendo.
Oh God,
Well, I'm looking forward to next month.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
shit, it's Horrorhound. We'll all be together.
Yeah, no,
That's
I ensured I was on vacation for those 3 days and took an extra day, and I was like, God, I can't wait to see the boys.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Dragon Con and seeing how many Harley Quinns there aren't gonna be. So let's.
I like how Nick didn't say he's looking forward to it. He's just looking forward to Dragon. What a real friend Nick is.
I mean, I'm looking forward to see you guys too. We're gonna
lie, you know it.
We're gonna be hanging out a lot this year. So,
Yes, we are. It's gonna be good times.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, yeah. I just she's okay. I mean, yeah, she was cute in Scott Pilgrim and in Die Hard, but she doesn't look that cute now.
You should see her get the shit beat out of her in Fargo season 3 with Ewan McGregor.
Mark C also says the Super Bowl halftime show was great. If you knew there was going to be a stripper pole, I'd have given my 10-year-old son a stack of ones.
I mean, to be fair, I'd never watch a Super Bowl halftime shows because I typically don't care. This one I especially didn't care because, well, I had too much emotional investment that I had to separate myself. Like everybody's talking about commercials. I got up every commercial break. I got up and walked away from the TV just because I needed that time to decompress. And even I kind of kept glancing back at the TV during the halftime show. I was like, I don't know what they're singing. I can't hear it, but I kind of like what I'm seeing.
Adam Wofford wants to let us know that Kyle is the male version of Karen.
No,
God.
Kyle
I
drinks
can see
Monster and punches holes in walls.
Yeah. Kyle is your fucking redneck friend.
Kyle drinks Mountain Dew and punches holes in walls. Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, if you've ever seen Harold and Kumar, those extreme guys that tear up that guy's fucking quick stop, those are all Kyles. We need something better. Folks, we need to come up with the perfect guy version of Karen. Who goes to and asks to see the manager? What guy is that? It's not a Kyle. Kyle's a D-bag. We need the sniveling piece of shit asshole that walks in. He's 43. He's got the undercut, trying to be 28. That
Kevin?
guy. We need that guy. Kevin almost works. What's the most sniveling D-bag name you can think of?
Chester.
Nah, that just hangs there for a while and just doesn't. It makes whatever. That's an homage to episode 82 or 81.
Our best episode.
God damn! I fucking listened to that the other day too. Fuck. Listeners in the Chad. Nah, Chad is the name for the jock guy. The Chad and Stacy's.
Chad.
Steve?
Bryce. I see a Bryce. Bryce kind of works.
Oh,
Bryce is pretty good.
Nick just died. We'll call it a Nick. It's a
You'll
Nick.
call it a Nick. He's gone. He can't protest
Yeah,
it.
so we got Nick and Karen. So, yeah, we'll call it a Nick. He's a Nick.
So, you said, Kendo, about something good. I really wanted to wait. Okay, fine. I'll wait for Nick to come back because the next piece of news is really good news, but it's kind of got a horror slant, and I really wanted Nick to be here because
He's
it's
super busy
superhero
reporting to the manager.
Oh, damn it, Nick. Anyway, our friend Grimjoy says, not to get too political, but I don't trust any politician that works for over a decade to sit at the same desk her husband got blown in. One might think it would leave a bad taste in your mouth.
I mean, no pun intended, right? Am I right? Am I right, guys? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
This is getting really annoying now.
Easy there, Nick.
don't
Go report
say.
to the manager.
I will get you fired.
Yeah, I'm quitting. I'm quitting the internet. Screw this. I need a new company to get internet from.
But
Hey,
seriously, aim to the last super chat. Anybody that makes a career out of being a politician, you can't trust those people
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
because they're only going to tell you what they will do. They'll tell you what they want to hear in order to continue to be reelected to go sit in a house or a chamber or whatever the fuck they do, and be a douche.
Well spoken.
I just don't like any fucking politicians.
I wholeheartedly agree.
You know what? Let's stick with the spicy topic for a minute. Because I was going to talk about something fun, but I think the tone of this episode is kind of perfect for the next segment. So,
That'd be
Dion,
Yes.
Have you ever looked at Johnny Depp and just wanted to punch him in the face?
You know what? Actually, I have. I have until recently.
Well, apparently Amber Heard has done it before, so
Yes.
Didn't we call that?
yes,
Yes, we
did.
did,
called
dude.
that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this story that's coming up about this this petition to get rid of Amber Heard from Aquaman 2 because of the abuse not like allegations, there's tapes now, so I guess legally it's still allegations until something comes down.
We're at DEFCON 2.
Yes, we're almost there, man. Almost to the top or bottom, depending on how. It doesn't matter. My point is, we have the tapes, we have the audio. I read transcripts. It all sounds like a terrible situation. So first, I want to ask everyone's opinion here in the room and in the chat. Thoughts on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp abuse story?
It's fucked up. It's very fucked up. You know, I specifically remember, you know, and we brought it up when we first talked about it, when Aquaman was coming out, and you know, so many people that were close to him, that knew him, were very, very adamant about the fact that he was incapable of doing this, right? And you know, this is the type of situation that is 100% perfect for exposing people who truly want to do something about domestic violence and how it's a huge part of our society, and helping people, and those who want to virtue signal for the sake of signaling for it, right? You know, and everyone was very quick to jump on Johnny Depp, was very quick to cancel Johnny Depp, you know, and everyone that said, hey, whoa, let's wait a minute, was crucified and talked down to. You know, I can't wait to hear people explain this one away, because, you know, I say it all the time on this channel, and I'll keep saying it. If you believe in something, if you truly believe in something, you believe it all the time. You believe it when it's difficult. You believe it when it's not popular. And and most of us can all agree, domestic violence is fucking terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to be an advocate for victims, you're an advocate, and it doesn't matter what genitalia they have. You know, for me, the issue, and I am so glad to actually see, and I don't like taking, I take that back. I do like taking, you know, excitement in some people not doing well. I'm not going to lie about that. I specifically am with Amber Heard, because the shit that's come out, the way that she talked on that tape, the things that came out, and even the things that some of Johnny Depp's family and friends were saying, you know, she fucking talked like an abuser, and it was very fucked up. She, you know, her trying to gaslight him, you know, she, you know, abusers do things and then they blame it on their victim. She was doing that, you know, and then come to find out that she fucking sliced his finger, you know. That's you know, fucking sexual traffickers do that shit, where they take a knife and they slice you to prove that there's nothing you can
Rambo
do.
Last Blood.
Yeah, that was a huge part of Rambo, you know, and that's a real thing, that sexual traffickers and war criminals and people who with mental problems do that. And then she shat in their bed. She shat in a bed,
which is just weird.
They
just
sleep
weird.
in it. She's fucking insane. And a lot of people like Joe Rogan, and I think Bill Burr had said something, and even J.K. Rowling's crazy ass was like, yo, and a lot of people, advocates, will say, hey, you know, listen to the friends and the family, because they'll tell you that, hey, yo, so-and-so's crazy, you know, this is a real issue. A lot of his friends and family said the same thing about her. And it's, you know, she's ruined the fucking day, and I cannot be happier.
I do love that Elon Musk tweeted out, he's like, I dodged that bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the funniest shit. Also, personally, when people say, you know, believe women and things like that, I personally can't do that, because to just blatantly believe somebody because of their gender,
too much shit.
Yeah, because blatantly believing somebody just because their gender, to me, just seems like bullshit and wrong. Like, for me personally, there has to be evidence. There has to be something going on here for this to be, you know, on somebody. And for her to like, I guess, leverage the Me Too movement and be like, "Oh, I was abused," Johnny Depp was an asshole, and then like it comes out now that like she was the abuser, she was the asshole. I think is hilarious. And
she'd been arrested for domestic violence before.
Yeah, and I mean, all
that's
like
fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, her career is going to go to shit. The fact that they're petitioning for her to be removed from Aquaman 2.
Yeah. Well,
oh man,
my thoughts are you as a man, and I'm a man, regardless of what half the people who listen to this think. You never raise a hand. There's almost never a reason to raise a hand to a woman. Maybe if she's like, hitting you with a crowbar or something. But also at the same time, there's no reason if you're in a loving relationship or even in a sort of loving relationship for a woman to ever raise her hand to a man if she thinks, oh, I can do that and I can get away with it because I'm a woman. That's wrong think. And you guys know my opinions because I've made it mentioned before about, with Amber Heard. But after the last bit of stuff that's come out, it's still not worth it to catch a beating. And it's just one of those things. It's like, and speaking from experience here, the second a relationship turns physical in the bad way, that's when you need to walk away. Because if he hits her or she hits him out of anger, that signals that there is something wrong with that individual that can't or probably won't be fixed within the near future. So you probably shouldn't get involved. You probably shouldn't stay involved. The second that she cut him or was abusive towards Johnny, he should have said, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I was in a lot of really good movies. I don't need to be with you. But at the same time, it's like it gives no excuse for her, no matter how fucking good she looked in Aquaman.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk about this Aquaman petition because we keep hearing about cancel culture. Does this apply to the cancel culture?
Yes, it should go both ways. It's not a one-way street.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'm glad that it's over 100,000 signatures, man. I really am. I mean, that's, and it's, again, I and to kind of piggyback off of, the cancel culture thing and what Kendall said. I mean, listen, I'm married, right? And everyone, like when you've been in a relationship with someone, that person knows what buttons to push. And
right.
and again, and luckily I can count on one hand the serious fights that we've had, where we're out and out screaming at each other, and even to get personal, Jeff and I have been friends for over a decade. Jeff has heard me vent about my woman, you know what I'm saying? So I understand things not always being paradise, but for his career to get ruined based on a knee-jerk reaction and then this to come out, she clearly, that's what an abuser fucking looks like. And it shouldn't matter that she has a vajayjay and titties like that shouldn't matter. She's a fucking bad person. I mean, she fucking, she cut the tip of his finger off. Yeah. I mean, that's some sadistic shit. I mean, in under certain circumstances, that's a fucking war crime. I mean, that's like I said before, that's some sex trafficker shit. That's
torture.
That's really fucked up. Because people who do that are proving to you like, hey, no one's coming to help you. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, that's
Dion.
That's what
Dion, you also bring up a really good point. You and your wife have had arguments, and you've been like very mad. But at no point did either of you think it's okay to inflict physical harm upon the other person.
Right.
And that's the thing that no normal, healthy relationships, you guys will go through arguments. You will fight. It happens to all of us.
Right.
But at no point do we ever think it's okay for me to hit her. It's okay for her to hit me.
Right.
That's not normal. That's not healthy. So it works two ways. Jeff, you said something about that with the whole cancel culture. If it's okay to cancel him for doing shit, it should in a real world, not the fake world that lives on Twitter, be okay to cancel her for the same bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean it's clearly.
But we don't live in that world.
Well, I mean, look at this petition. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. But people, I think, have spoken, and if they do bring her to, I mean, I hope people speak with their wallets. And if she does have a part in Aquaman 2, I hope a lot of people don't go see it because she's in it.
Yeah, that's the best way audiences can actually speak out. Like this isn't a political stance or anything, or this isn't the channel telling you what to do. But if you're one of those people, yeah, you don't go see the movie. That's how your voice will be heard. And Warner Brothers, after a Birds of Prey fiasco, I don't think they can afford or would want to sacrifice $1 billion box office because, look, Jason Momoa can only bring in so much money with his hair and his tattoos and all that shit. We saw the Super Bowl
commercial though.
Fake.
Dude, that commercial was hilarious, man. Oh my god, that was funny as shit.
Brilliant. It was the best commercial, but we're getting into that on After Hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, look at this. Look at the numbers for this this petition. 200 let's say 210,000. That's 210,000 potential people who are going to buy $15, between $9 and $15 tickets for a movie opening weekend, Aquaman 2. Are they really going to just say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. She's still going to be in the movie"? Are they going to risk that? Are they really going to risk that kind of money and that kind of backlash? Who knows?
I'm trying to think how Disney would handle this situation. I don't like to think anything, but no, I think they would be swift with this is on hold for a little bit, like they do with Guardians and stuff, Like,
yeah, they would
handle this differently.
Yeah, they would say, "Oh, the project is suspended," and then like after a month or so, they'd be like, "Oh, the project is canceled."
Yeah, and then it'll come back. Like, the thing is, this was DC's like surprise hit. You took Aquaman, the character that was a joke for decades, you turned it into this big event that people were excited for, and now you got this little bit of stank on it, and I don't think that's a good move. I mean, people are like, "What would you do? Recast her? Throw Scarlett Johansson in the fucking role. They look the same anyway."
You know what? That'd be hilarious as shit. That would be hilarious as shit if they did that. I would be totally fine with that. That'd be funny. Also, I really enjoyed Aquaman because they turned the origin story on its head, and they did it in like these little parts and everything, and it was amazing to see it as opposed to a normal MCU origin movie where it's like the beginning, like the first half is just like, oh, the coming, like, how he got his powers or how they came to Earth or how this whole thing happened, and then like them fighting the bad guy. Aquaman was amazing because like you had these little snippets of like him having flashes back to when he was a kid and what was going on and stuff like that. It was great. I really loved it. It was really, really fun. So hopefully part 2 is just as good.
Yeah, I want this movie to be awesome. I was a big fan of the first one. I don't know. I wanted your guys' take on this and the audience's take because a lot of people feel cancel culture is hypocritical.
You're right.
But then at the same point, you have to, if you believe in it, like Dion says, if you believe in something, you have to believe in it all the time. And you don't get to pick and choose, these people that do terrible things that you want them eradicated from film projects. Well, then you got to go both ways. And look, Johnny Depp is not my favorite actor. He's not even an actor I like that much. He seems like a weird dude. He's eccentric, whatever. But he's a person.
Makes weird movies.
But I don't think anyone deserves to have tips of their fingers cut off or beat up or have shit thrown at their face or just be.
No one deserves to be hit in a relationship.
No.
It's
not cool.
Yeah, and the fact that she was crying wolf and cost him, his job and everything, that and some money and some roles.
That's even worse.
Yeah, it's even worse.
That fucking bitch was talking. She was apparently the women's ambassador for UCLA.
Oh,
and I can't get that. And that's what really. And again, listen, and if you're one of those people that are just like, "Oh, yo, he's a pussy because he didn't whoop her," I don't want to hear that bullshit because being
you should never hit her.
No.
Being in an abusive relationship is very serious. Whether you're a man or a woman, there's a lot of mental shit that goes into that. It's a very fucking serious thing, and that's what makes this so bad. And that's why I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of debate on her being. I think Warner Brothers is going to cut her very quickly. I think she's going to get distance from very fucking quickly, because again, it's Johnny Depp. And then 2, again, I can't get past someone who's an advocate, calls himself an activist, is a women's rights ambassador for a major university, and she's cutting the tips of people's fucking fingers off.
Yeah,
that's not something you can. That's not something you can talk your way out of. That's so unbelievably fucked up. And
the piggyback on top of that,
right?
Mm-hmm. So say she's beating the shit out of him, cuts the fucking end of his finger off, and he hauls off and smacks her. She runs to the reporter crying, "Johnny Depp hit me." What's going to happen there?
Right.
That's the problem. We live in a society and a media specifically that is just very one-sided.
Yeah,
And it would not be that Amber Heard beat the shit out of him and cut the top of it. Would be Johnny Depp struck his girlfriend.
oh no, 100%. And it's one of those things where like women aren't seen as equal and as strong either. So as soon as a man, hits the woman, we have to take care of the woman immediately. It's like, oh, she didn't do anything wrong. She was in the right. She was defending herself. It's just like, it's a weird dynamic. It's a weird thing,
Yeah, because
I don't know.
we can't call him and say, "Oh, Johnny Depp's a pussy. He should have fucking stood up to her." Well, the problem is he can't because he's going to be in the wrong if he does.
Yeah, immediately.
The second he raises a hand back, he is in the wrong, whether you agree with it or not.
Well, again, and that's a huge bit of it. That has to be taken into account. It really does. The other side of that is, people in relationships. When you're some people who are being abused, that's part of the abuse where you're made to feel that you can't stand up for yourself. That's a huge fucking part of it, and luckily for me, professionally, I haven't had to deal with this either, but that's a huge, and as a lot of people know, I do security for a company, that's, one of the biggest things we have to deal with. It isn't someone walking off the street starting shit. It's interpersonal relationships, people getting divorced or breaking up and their partner threatening them in the fuck at their job. That happens a lot, men and women, and it's a huge problem. And again, like I said, if you believe in advocating against domestic violence, you believe it all the time. That means that you also acknowledge that fucking Johnny Depp was very clearly in a bad relationship. And I'm not even saying that I know the dynamics of their relationship. But based on that video, the way she talked, the way she was baiting him, the way that she even goes on to say, I can't promise I'm not going to hit you. I get so mad sometimes. That's a clear-cut example of an abuser. And like Nick and Kendall were saying, man, man or woman, like it shouldn't fucking matter. That's a serious fucking thing in a relationship, especially when you're cutting off the tips of fucking fingers, man. And I can't express how big a fucking deal that is. Not just for the fact that she tried to railroad him, but oh my god, like this piece of shit calls herself an activist, man. Like the implications alone. We're already having an issue with just women coming forward about this shit, let alone men. And it's very widely known across many an industry that the men's side of this thing is superbly underreported. And the steps that this makes that go back, I don't think people realize. And it's so fucked up. And again, Bill Burr and Joe Rogan and a lot of his friends, they're like, listen, he's incapable of this. She has anger issues. She's done this before. No one gave a shit. Thank fucking God that their therapist or whoever was recording that, because that shit is very scary. It's so fucked up, man. And I really hope that she never gets a fucking job again.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays, because if she walks away from this and her career doesn't, take any kind of hit, then there's that double standard, and then we have to have that discussion, and the battle continues.
Yeah,
this is kind of an eye-opening experience, but hey, you guys want to talk about something positive?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to bring this down. A lot of people are really into this discussion in the chat. Shout out to Dr. Meatball. That dude's here every week. So
thank you, Dr. Meatball.
Yeah. Sometimes, obviously superfan Adam Shawhan's here and stuff like that. Shout out to him too. But yeah, Dr. Meatball's here every week, every live stream we do. So shout out to him for being here all the time, man. We appreciate you. And a lot of people are like, Sonic the Hedgehog. I see Sonic the Hedgehog ads everywhere. When I came back from my grandma's funeral, there was a Sonic the Hedgehog ad that was like a quarter of a mile long in the airport. And it was just, I filmed it. I don't know why, but I filmed it. That movie looks okay. I don't know if I'm going to go see it ever.
Yeah, me neither, because like that's one thing where like the fans are vocal about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the fans are vocal, and the studio heard us, and they're changing it." I'm just like, yeah, and they really shouldn't have, because it costs them more money, and apparently the company that did that went under and is bankrupt now. So I don't think the movie's gonna make that much money. I don't know. I don't think people are gonna go flock to it because I don't think Sonic's is. Are there diehard Sonic fans who are really wanting to watch this? I mean,
If you're under the age of 12, yes.
I mean, they're mad enough to complain about the, and rightfully so, to complain about the original artwork for the character when it was supposed to come out in November. So hopefully they all show up for this one.
I hope so too. Well, I mean, it's not okay. It was made for $95 million. I'm sure another 20 or 30 of that was the reshoots or the redoing of the CG. I hope it makes its money back. I really do.
I hope it's a huge hit because to me that's when Hollywood listens to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it does really good and it's even if it's like in the top 3 or 5 of that weekend, at least it'll show them that listening to the fan base is a good thing. So yeah, I hope it does good. I really do.
Sweden Cod, we know you're here. We actually mentioned you at the beginning of the show when we were talking about our Oscar stream. So yes. And by the way, I enjoyed how Dr. Meatball quoted The Jerk. So there we go. Your name's in the film.
Great movie.
Is that Steve Martin's best film?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
Because for me, it's
that's a
between
good one.
The Jerk and Bowfinger.
both.
I was gonna say it's between The Jerk and maybe Parenthood. Parenthood's a really good movie too.
I mean, for me, I gotta say The Jerk or Father of the Bride.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's also a
I
good
don't
one.
I don't know. I gotta go Planes, Trains, Automobiles. I gotta go to that.
I want a fucking car.
Right? Fucking
That-
now.
Yeah, that or like Sergeant Bilko.
Oh, Sergeant Bilko's pretty good, actually.
Sergeant Bilko's a good movie.
We got 3 amigos in the chat from Bat Goat.
Oh, dude, that's good.
So before we get back into our super chat stuff, Nick,
What's up,
what are
man?
your thoughts on Sam Raimi?
I like the guy in general. He's made a few weird decisions here and there, but overall, I mean, he's done good stuff.
Dion, we went to Michigan State where Sam Raimi went. What are your thoughts on him as a filmmaker?
I think he's overall good, very good, very good. Like I said, I mean, it's the original Evil Dead obviously was my first exposure to Sam Raimi. I love that campy ass goddamn movie, and then obviously the heralding of my childhood was fucking Spider-Man, the Spider-Man movies. So if him being rumored for a certain film is fucking music to my ears.
Kendo.
I did not go to Michigan State. I went to GVSU. Go Lakers. And hail to the victors, Dion.
Fuck you.
Spider-Man 1 and 2 are fantastic movies. I love Evil Dead. Spider-Man 3 could have been great had they given it the right treatment. Other than that, yeah, I mean, Sam Raimi's fine in my book. Go Blue.
Well, so when I love Sam Raimi. I'm a huge Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2 fan. When I heard the news, now I don't know if this has been 100% confirmed, but they're reporting on it like it is. Sam Raimi essentially is going to direct Doctor Strange 2, and I could not be happier.
I'm in.
All I want is a Bruce Campbell cameo. I want that in that movie so bad.
There better be.
It's gonna
There
happen.
fucking
You
better
know
be.
it'll happen.
Wasn't he in? Didn't Bruce Campbell have a cameo in that Oz movie Sam Raimi directed for Disney?
I
believe so.
think so. Yeah.
Anything that Sam Raimi does, Bruce Campbell's not far behind.
Yeah. Oz the Great and Powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat is saying Sam Raimi can be at Cincy Horror Hound. I'm gonna double check on that.
No.
I
That's
wish you
no. That's Ted Raimi. That's Ted Raimi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, to
Because
me,
I
that's what
saw that too.
down.
That popped up somewhere.
Still looking.
Yeah.
You check on that.
So while you're looking, let me read this little snippet because when I saw this, I almost jumped up off the couch. I was like, "Yes, Sam Raimi, fucking Doctor Strange!" Not literally, but you know what I mean. But I was so excited about that news because I was like, "Oh my god, you get a director who really revolutionized the horror genre in the early '80s. Really, I won't say created the horror comedy. Maybe you could say he did with the Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 2. And his influence is felt through the Edgar Wright films. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. That editing style is very much a Sam Raimi trait. And when I think of all
breaking news,
what
Sam Raimi is confirmed for Horror House Cincinnati 2020.
Sam Raimi is going to holy shit. We're not going to be at the
director, writer,
he is there.
Sam Raimi, the Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Oz, Gifts, Spider. That Sam Raimi will be at Horror House, along with Robert Englund and Michael Rooker.
What a fucking cast!
And Keith David. that Horror House is going to be stacked.
But not
going to be stacked.
Yeah. So yeah. Listener in the chat, I don't remember who you were because the chat's gone past me. But Sam Raimi is confirmed, boys, for Horror House Cincinnati. And folks, if you want to see us at Horror House Cincinnati, we'll be there March.
Do we need to get photo ops?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, I want him to fucking sign with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend some money to get shit autographed from that dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy Zane will be there again.
He will be. Tony Todd's going to be there, and Ted Raimi. Apparently, there was the Candyman thing going on at this Horror Hound. Yes, nice. Jeff, continue.
I'm excited,
but I thought the confirmation was worth breaking for.
It was worth breaking.
Oh shit! Ethan Suplee will be there. Ask him about Scientology. Do you really mean everything you said in American History X? Do you really hate people of a minority status?
Oh, jeez.
So here's the little
Sam Raimi gonna fucking be there. That's shit. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall are gonna be there too.
What?
Yeah, NWO is gonna fucking be there. Jeff,
Jesus, man.
Excited.
What is
earlier
happening?
Today? Thinking about seeing my boys at Horror House Cincinnati 2020. Folks, if you want to see it, it'll be there March 22nd. But now, fucking stoked. Not more than Sunday, but I'm pretty fucking stoked.
This is incredible. This is
Sam Raimi gonna be there. That one. Sam Raimi's gonna be there.
Hey, Dion, make sure you wear a Michigan State t-shirt.
Damn Skippy.
Shit, bring me one.
Make sure you go get your signed Friday as soon as we get there, because it's gonna be a long Saturday line if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Tony Todd the guy you got making the fucking prank phone calls to?
Yep.
Yeah. Be there.
Oh god. Yeah, we can ask him how the remakes go.
20th, 22nd. The Cherryville Convention Center outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. We'll be there. We're going to see Sam Raimi.
Yes. Oh my god. If it's not stupid expensive, I'll just bring everything I own that he made, and I'll just be like, can you sign this one and this one and this one?
Look at prices right now, Jeffrey.
All right, you can text those to me. So Sam Raimi will replace Scott Derrickson as director of Marvel's first horror movie, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It said that Derrickson will remain as the executive producer. The film starts shooting in May, and Marvel has had no comment. But it's Marvel Studios president and producer Kevin Feige says Doctor Strange into the Multiverse will sport a legitimately scary sequence. He was telling some people at the NYU Film Academy. So this is, I think Sam Raimi's the perfect guy for this. Don't you guys think?
Oh, definitely, 100%. 100%. If you want to try to have a horror-esque Marvel movie,
rough.
Yes, that you need Sam Raimi.
You need Ted Raimi in the film as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, Anthony Todd, why not? Let's fucking throw them all in there.
Yeah, the only movie I don't like from Sam Raimi is Drag Me to Hell, because it was I didn't like it that much. It wasn't that good.
That one was very overrated.
Yeah, because
the ending looked cool, but that was it.
Yeah, I think out of everything you've done, that's the one where I've just been like, that's not that good, man. It's not that good. But other than that, I've loved everything he's done. So even the movie he actually acted in called Intruder from like 85, I think. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
No, I enjoyed it because for me, Doctor Strange was one of the sleeper hits of the MCU. Sure. It was one of those I watched because it was part of the MCU. The lead up to Infinity War is one of the few I hadn't seen. I got to make sure I see Doctor Strange, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, actually really fucking good. I liked it a lot better than a lot of the other MCU movies, and I've recommended it to people that are into like superhero Marvel shit. And I've gotten people saying, "Wow, hey, thanks for telling me about that," because Doctor Strange was actually really fucking good. It's like, I know, but the fact that we can have the opportunity, folks, if you want to come see us March 20th through the 22nd, the Sharonville Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio, we'll be there. The fact that we can go see him, I got a bit of a tingle, boys. Got a tingle.
A bit of a tingle.
Bit of a tingle. Big. Not the tingle I had on Sunday, but it's there. And then the Scott Hall Kevin Nash is going down the left. Like, it's like, I'm gonna spend so much money on fucking autographs. I did a joke because Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson are gonna be there, folks from Clerks fame. Jason Mewes, Billy Zane will be there. We're gonna have Dion try to get another hug.
Damn right.
So, I mean, laugh all you want about the turkey suit. The dude got a fucking hug in a conversation with Billy Zane.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that video to go viral too. I was disappointed that it did.
Yeah.
It didn't go viral, but still.
If it's got Star Wars in the title, it will.
You.
We should.
Yeah,
we should just did that.
Yeah. So now, this is a fake poster, clearly, folks. This is not anything from Doctor Strange. Actually, this Spider-Man photo comes from the video game, but this would be incredible. Imagine a world. Let me just I don't want to say fan cast because that's just a bad name, but let me just highly. Let me just fan book.
Oh God.
So all I'm saying is into the multiverse stuff. Imagine a world where Doctor Strange is going through the multiverse. He sees all these other dimensions and he goes through and he sees an alternate world with a different Spider-Man. We don't even have to see Tobey Maguire. We just see the old costume. We hear the old Danny Elfman theme. He swings through. He's like, oops, wrong universe. That would be enough for me. I'm not expecting a Spider-Man cameo, but it would be cool just to see that suit in action one more time. What are some things that you guys would like to see hypothetically that would work within the Marvel realm? Like Dion, with Doctor Strange going through multiple universes, dimensions, what would you like to see out of this film?
I think the big one I want to see out of this is a universe where Dormammu breaks free and takes over. Like I really want to see a nightmarish version. I'm hoping that we get to see a universe where Thanos snaps everybody out. I definitely want to see. Hopefully, we get a homage to Marvel Zombies. I think that would be fucking phenomenal.
That would be hilarious.
Fun comics.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Those are probably the top three for me in this one.
Nick,
Iron Man showing up randomly where he didn't die.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Just like a real quick cameo where he's like, what are you doing here? I'm working, man, and then just off to the next thing.
Kendo.
See, this was a tough one for me because I love Infinity War and Spider-Man when he meets, Doctor Strange for the first time. He's like, oh, we're using our made-up names. That interaction is just funny. It's fun. So I'm trying to think of a world where Doctor Strange would meet Spider-Man and it's not in that concept and it'd be great. And Far From Home, fuck you. I'm trying to think. I mean, it could work, but it has to be in a universe after Infinity War, but Far From Home notwithstanding. I don't know. It's hard. But I like Sam Raimi.
There's a lot to unpack in all that shit you just said.
I know it's hard because Infinity War, I mean, while it's a great movie, it kind of paints this whole scenario into a box.
Not really. I mean, he said that how many possible universes did he see? Like 14 million or something?
Either way, but still, his first interaction with Spider-Man's on the ship with the Maw. And, it's, I'm Spider-Man. I'm Doctor Strange. Oh, or no, I'm Spider-Man. Oh, we're using our whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're using our made-up names.
The hop slant. The creature's taking a hold of him.
Yeah, apparently I've been punched in the head by Amber Heard. So, but you know what I'm saying? That's their first interaction we ever see on screen. So you got to create a world where that's already happened or that hasn't happened. And there's a lot of, I mean, if you do it with the world that hasn't happened, there's a lot of possibilities. Either way, with Sam Raimi at the helm of Doctor Strange 2, this could be a really good movie. And it kind of I wouldn't say it restores my faith in the MCU post Endgame, but at least it's a bright spot.
Definitely, because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun with him at the helm. Hopefully he's part of it. Hopefully, we don't hear 6 months down the line or 3 months down the line like, oh yeah, he's dropped out.
Right. Right.
That would be bad.
I'd be heartbroken. That'd be a bigger hit than when Edgar Wright left Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Ooh. But Ant-Man still worked out to be pretty good, though.
Oh, it was great.
But that's an anomaly. Yeah, I was gonna say that's an anomaly, so we can't really go by that.
Yeah, can we get a petition for the Edgar Wright cut, please? Can we get that going?
You need an alternate.
I still want to see that. I still want to see, the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
Oh God.
Don't even joke about that shit.
Not the what's his name cut of Rise of Skywalker. I could care less about that cut. It probably still sucks. But
J.J. Abraham Washington.
Yeah, that's the one. The guy that invented peanut butter.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dion.
That was great. My man.
you, bud.
My man. My fucking man over there.
We're seeing
him.
We're seeing a lot of crazy fan casting or fan ideas, like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in a cameo. That'd be fucking insane,
dude.
Well, Hugh Jackman was probably the best Wolverine on screen.
Do you mean the only?
The only Wolverine on screen?
That's why he's the best. God damn. Do I have to explain everything?
You could have just said, "Don't be jumping on us."
But anyway, yeah, no, it depends on where Doctor Strange 2 takes place and the crazy ass timeline the MCU has given us based on Endgame.
For the love of God, don't go back to the 90s. Please don't.
No.
Yeah, just
dude, that's like the next frontier. The 80s has been beating the shit out of like a piñata.
I agree.
And
I agree.
There's like little to no candy left in said piñata. And so now it's like, hey, you know what was 30 years ago? 1990. That's what we should bring back. Fucking slap bands, fanny packs, cassette tapes. We need that shit, and we need it fucking now.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Fuck the 80s. The 90s is a thing. All about that shit. Reaganomics, motherfucker. And that's where we're at. That's where we're heading to.
I really think this is the last year you can pull the 80s shtick. Like this, you have one more year this year.
Yeah, once Stranger Things is over.
Yeah, Stranger Things 4.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know if they're going to end that in season 4. I mean, that's Netflix's baby right there. They're going to milk that. I saw
a thing that said that they're planning on 2 more seasons, and that's it.
Well, I think the brothers, the twins who are doing it, they said they're going to
Coen brothers.
Yes, the Coen brothers, Kendo.
It'd be
Brothers Johnson.
It'd be so much weirder. It'd be so much weirder.
Brother Johnson doing it.
The Coen Johnson brothers, man. Coen Johnson is a fucking amazing.
Yeah,
guy.
those 2 guys said I think they wanted to go till season 4 and then they were going to quit. But I don't know if like Netflix might throw them more money and then they'll be like, all right, we'll go for 2 more seasons and see what happens. Or
dude, you can only go so long with that cast because I mean Finn Wolfhard has grown like a foot between season 2 and 3. Yeah, season 3, he was like the 6'2" teenager. He's like, oh, I still love 11. It's like, this is weird.
I fucking love her, bro. Like, why is your voice so deep, Finn? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, this is weird. Aren't you supposed to be like a 13-year-old? What's happening here?
Why are you shaving? Why are you shaving all of a sudden, bro?
Yeah, it was
bro, that
cute
hair coming
in season
from?
1. It was semi-cute in it, but now it's just strange. What you're going out for the football team? You're
a strange
man.
thing.
Well, folks,
Stop
thanks
it.
for watching. We'll be back next week with more. As always, be excellent to each other.
Stop it.
Well, they're heavily filming in my area because every time
I hope so because those kids are gonna keep getting taller.
Dude, no, oh god, I keep seeing those fucking.
Before you know
yellow...
it, Finn Wolfhard's gonna be going out for the NBA because he's the next Manute Bowl.
God, him,
it's like, hey, look at him put to a white kid.
God, him or Caleb, man. He's another one. Like,
with the first pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons pick Finn Wolfhard.
Jeez, dude. Well, because like they keep having those yellow signs on orange cones near like to turn and stuff when you go up the exit to where I live. They're everywhere around me, and they're filming at like this factory down the street near my apartment. Like they're everywhere around here. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with this. That's the thing. I like Stranger Things. I love the '80s nostalgia. I'm made in the '80s. Okay, I was shat from said womb the second day of '83. But here's the thing: you can only do so much with that shit. They were kids, and there was an upside down, and then in the second season there was still an upside down, but it was weirder. And then the third season there was an upside down, but the fucking communist Russians were involved. Where do you go from here? That Cold War has to end.
Well, I think they're leaning into the Cold War thing. I really do.
It would be
Yeah,
funny
but
if
it ends.
the show ends in 1991.
Yeah,
When the fucking Soviet Union falls.
The show ends with people fucking cracking the wall. That Reagan's like, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. And it's like there's hammers and Hasselhoff and all that shit. And the kids are like dancing at like New Year's Eve 1991. Finn's like 7'2". He just got drafted by the Pistons.
he's
The kid with no teeth got teeth, and they're amazing.
Oh god, no, he's like a junior. He's like a junior in high school. He's got a full beard. Hey mom, what's up? I'm gonna go.
Either way, you know, and Elle's gonna go off to college at probably Berkeley or some shit like that.
Wait, how
And
can she go to college? She doesn't have a social security number.
That's true.
Does
Well,
it?
no.
Yes, she does. It's 11. She's got one of the original. She's got one of the original social security numbers. She's got. Look, the 11th person died, and her number got recycled, and it just happened to be 11s.
Well,
Don't
no,
ask.
at the end of season 2, she was given a birth certificate from one of the guys from the fucking facility.
That's true. Okay. And then Hopper shows back up. It turns out he was a spy because I'm the spy, and that's what he says when he comes back in season 8 in 1991. And you know, there's all this weird shit that happens, and they're starting to, you know, it ends in 1901. Hasselhoff singing, the wall's coming down. The unified team's going to play in the 92 Olympics. It's a great time. And they all get Discman for Christmas. That's how it ends. That's how it ends. I swear to fucking God, that's how it ends. And then Peter Forsberg scores a goal for the Swedes. And they win the 92 Olympics. It's not the point. It's not the point. I didn't live it. I did. But that's not the point.
I don't even know. I don't even know what. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it doesn't know. It doesn't know.
Look, it's about hockey. Forsberg was a great player. He was drafted by the Flyers, got traded to the Nordiques. They moved to Colorado. They won cups. Lindros didn't. He had scrambled brains for head.
And you know, Mr. Gorbachev tried to tear down that wall. So you know,
that's right. He tore down that wall. Reaganomics, Donatello. It was great.
I have no idea what he's talking about. We broke Kendo. Can somebody press control delete on Kendo and like do a reboot, please? Can somebody do a hard restart on him?
Look, this hop slams for Dion. I'm having a good evening. Fuck you, Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
My man.
All right, so our friend Sketch Therapy says, "Great vids, Jeff. Great to see y'all live. WCBS, love y'all." Well, Sketch Therapy, we love you right back,
buddy.
Man. Thanks for all you've done for us. Matt G sent in a buck. Thank you very much, Matt G. AJ Journeyman says, "Squirrels near my home went nuts when they heard Dion's little biscuit voice. Turns out they were saying, 'Face your fears, Dion. Face your fears, Dion.'"
God damn it.
So you can't trust the squirrels, man.
Goddamn headphones on.
Hey, Dion,
squirrels are just rats with fluffy tails. You can't trust them. Sons of bitches probably got the plague.
Jeez. Well,
they rock up on your shore. It's Italy, 1349, and we're all fucking dead.
No, the plague is currently happening right now. So yeah,
easy.
I'm gonna open me a Corona.
Seriously, if we can stop, folks. If you're listening, and this is 2 seconds with Kendo. It's gonna go for at least 12. Can we stop with the Corona beer coronavirus memes? They're no longer funny. They're really not. They were funny for the first couple days. They were funny for the first couple days. It was great. They're no longer funny. When I walk into work and some guy says, "Hey, look, I had the coronavirus last night," he proceeds to tell me about the 6-pack he drank last night of Corona. It's not funny anymore. So this is my plea to you. My plea to you. Stop it with the coronavirus.
Imagine the Bud Light guy versus the Corona guy. That would have been epic.
The Corona beer is better than Bud Light, and as a native St. Louisan, a lover of where I'm from, I will tell you, Corona beer is better than Bud Light. Bud Light sucks. Don't drink Bud Light. The only people that drink Bud Light are douchebag guys and girls that want to fit in. Don't be them. Don't be them.
Post Malone.
Him too. I still don't know what a Post Malone is. I'm assuming Post Malone is Karl Malone as a retired player getting passes from John Stockton and dunking. That's what I think Post Malone is. Please don't shatter that fucking vision in my head.
Apparently, Post Malone just wants both. He just wants both.
Look, as long as Post Malone is a black dude that's like 6'8",
congratulations,
and getting passes from a little 6 foot white guy, throwing them to him and he's dunking them in. That's the Post Malone I see. It's post Karl Malone. That's all I want. It's what I want. The mailman delivering for the Jazz.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Thank you.
Anyway.
The third turd. It's Karl Malone work for the U.S. Postal Service. Thank you. That's what I want to envision.
You do that.
Breadman Productions, who's a listener we met at Horror Hound, asks us, do you think Birds of Prey will make less than Justice League?
Yes.
Definitely yes.
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Shotgun Orta says, what do y'all think about Top Gun 2? Kendo, you take it away.
Oh, shit.
Folks, Top Gun 2 is going to be one of two things. It's either going to be the greatest movie we watch in 2020, or it's going to be the greatest movie we watch in the 21st century. And either way,
Oh, gosh.
Either way,
The century doesn't change in the like 2020 is the same century as 2019.
Yeah. Here's the problem I have. Brian Leif has been spamming Facebook with messages about the decade for the last 4 weeks.
He
And it's confused me because he's a pedantic motherfucker. So the thing is, Top Gun 2 is going to be the greatest movie we watch in 2020, or the greatest movie we watch in 21st century, or it's going to be just the greatest movie I watched this year. And I am an audience of one. This movie was made specifically for me and people like me. And I will fucking cream my jeans the second, Maverick asked for a flyby. He's told no, the pattern is full, and he still does it. And the guy goes, God damn it, spills coffee all over himself. I
want some butts.
I want some butts. If I see Air Boss running around screaming, I want some butts. Damn it, that's twice. I will be happy. I love Top Gun 2. Tom Cruise, I don't care if you're a fucking Scientologist. I still love you. Much praise.
He wants some butts.
That's right. I want some butts.
Oh my gosh.
We Are Cookie says, Ray, when someone asks if you're a god, you say yes, you piece of shit.
That's right. You do. You do. Because the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man will fuck you up if you don't. Or Zool.
Zool, motherfucker.
We haven't done a commentary for that movie, Jeff. Why haven't we done a commentary for that movie? Yeah.
Yes, we have. We did a drunk one live when it turned 35.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We didn't do Ghostbusters 2.
That's what it was.
No, we're not on our own.
No,
sorry.
No, Kenda, you need to read that year one comic from IDW of Ghostbusters. It's the backstory of Winston. It's awesome.
When you said year one, I immediately thought of the fucking Jack Black Michael Cera movie, and I was gonna
I know
shit out of you next time I saw you.
I know. No, this is it.
I'd have walked up to you and be like, "Hey, Nick, what's up?" Right in the jaw. Be like, "Fuck you, Michael Cera sucks."
I wouldn't. I would be like Johnny Depp. I just wouldn't touch you. Just wouldn't touch you.
And I would appreciate that because you would appreciate that Michael Cera does suck.
He does. He really does.
There's no Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah, but no, because you're a big Winston fan. You'd love it. It goes into his backstory and everything.
Dude loves Winston.
Yeah, dude, it's good shit.
Okay, well, I want to read it now.
Jeff's dying.
I'm not dead. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Wish me luck.
I wish you were just proud of what we
Good
put
luck
out
and
there.
God bless, sir.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
That's right.
So let's see. Our friend, Dr. Coffinail says Birds of Prey will crap in cinemas like real birds crap on your car.
That's an accurate statement.
Well, Dr.
They always
Coffinail,
wait till you get a fucking car wash.
he is a real doctor, so I'm gonna believe him.
Yeah, he gave me a CD. 2, actually.
Better than a pap smear.
Nice. Dude, if I was getting a pap smear, I'd have questions. That
You'd let him
have
look anyway.
answers. Be like, hey, check my butthole. Is there a cervix in there? I don't want that cancer.
Oh my god!
Kenda, you need a couple beers before every episode.
You said that so frankly. You said like it was common knowledge. I'd be like, yeah, hey, yo, check my butthole.
Yeah, it's like, hey, whoa. That cod swab ain't going up the front end. 5-hole, baby. Well, you know what they say, Jeff. Hop slam. It's what's for dinner. It's the other white meat.
God, I haven't had a dinner yet, so that sounds good to me.
That's why I'm drinking hop slam. I haven't had dinner either.
Now, our buddy Dean Hopesoffel says, I just saw it. I didn't get any woke vibes, at least, but what I could see, that I could see, but I was so bored through the entire thing. Bored more than Captain Marvel.
Oof. That's Captain Marvel's very boring.
Yeesh.
That's a hammer.
Well, that's my whole point with the video. It wasn't about, female-led movies are bad. It's marketing your movie the way they do with the feminism first never works out, and it always is to cover for a bad movie. And the 3 examples I gave were the same, and it looks like we're going to have a 4th. So thank you, Dean, for taking one for the team.
Birds of prey, more like birds of not prey.
I thought that was going a way different direction.
Yeah. So did I. Like, yeah, we'll say that for after hours when I talk about how much it sucks.
My butthole was so fucking when you started that. I was like, oh, fuck.
Dad's like, he's going to say a bad word. I didn't.
Oh, shit.
I subverted your expectations, Dion, didn't I? You did. I'm right behind you.
Oh, fuck.
We're inside you, Dion.
God damn it.
Beastly Nerd says, and wouldn't Amanda Waller chasing Harley since she broke out of prison? She should be chasing her.
She should be.
She's a fucking psycho killer.
Yeah, we haven't gotten... Look, okay, so there's no WWE network with the DCEU. So we haven't seen Harley's face turn on the network. You can only see based on the tweet. So
$9.99.
That's right. So we have no reason or understanding as to why Harley Quinn is a good person at this point. We saw her in our only... Seriously, am I wrong? Is our only understanding of Harley on the screen based on Suicide Squad?
Yes.
So the only reason why we think she's a good guy is because she wears the little shorty shorts with her fucking bottom biscuits hanging out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so we have no reason to believe that Harley Quinn is a good person based on the fact that she wears shorty shorts and bottom biscuits. So we're told that Harley is or at least shown based on the movie that I watched, it was fucking terrible, that Harley's a bad guy. Now she's a good guy. Where did this happen? We haven't seen it. We don't know why. We don't have the network. Fuck you, Vince. Roman Reigns sucks.
Well, I think it's inferred because, she was dumped by Joker, and she got out of a bad relationship.
We don't know that except for the trailer. That's the thing.
So she's immediately good, even though she's got a pet hyena and shoots a guy in the face with a glitter bomb. She's a good person. She's a down-to-earth person.
But we only have the fucking trailer to go off of that.
She's like the movie. She's like the movie version of Amber Heard. We're like we think she's good, but in reality, she's a bitch.
Christ, she's beating the shit out of guys now and cutting their fingers off. Nick, come on, let's get a reality check.
Face of the glitter bomb. I mean, there's the start right there. Okay.
Look, I hate glitter as much as the next guy, but no one cut my finger off. Let's dial that back, Nick. I understand you hate women, but still.
That's a spicy meatball, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying.
Let's calm down, Nick. Come on.
Okay.
Sweetie. Let's calm down.
Wayne. Yeah, let's see. So TLJ Screwjob has 2. He says, okay, Babs isn't in this, but Cassandra Cain, aka the third Batgirl, is. That's blood boiling, but she was a Batgirl. See, I always mistook her for Batwoman. I don't know.
I did too. I was about to say, I was like, doesn't he mean Batwoman? But I'm in the same boat as you, man.
I'm not if it's not Robin or Barbara Gordon Batgirl, or maybe a Tim Drake Robin, and you have Dick Grayson Nightwing, I don't really care about the Bat family that much. That's just me, though.
Listen, I'm not. I know people. That's kind of like the new thing to be on in the Bat family, and more power to you. But outside of Dick Grayson, I don't, I'm not super into the rest of the Bat family either. The only time I was really interested was Fight for the Cowl when they think Bruce is dead and Gotham descends into chaos and the Birds of Prey show up and all this shit. Then I was into it, But other than that, I'm not a huge. And then the DC heavy metal or whatever, where you had like the universe where he kills the Bat family. I thought that was a cool panel. But other than that, yeah, I'm not obsessed with the Bat family either.
He also goes on to say, at least Harley has Bud and Lou. What do you mean she only has one and it's named after Bruce Timm? I get it, but WTF? Just give her 3 of them.
Right.
I am a huge Harley Quinn fan in the cartoon, not even in the comic books. I'm not going to act like I've ever read a comic book with Harley Quinn in it outside of Mad Love. But in the realm that she first appeared in, the cartoon, I love the character. I like her in the video game when she's voiced by Arlene Sorkin. So I would call myself a Harley Quinn fan. Hell, I paid $50 for that fucking Expressions pack where you get a Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going to show you what I paid money for. It's dumb, but I like it. So
All right.
I do like this character. I am invested. I have that happen a little bit with when I look at some Birds of Prey stuff. I get a little angry. I'm like, you take a really cool character and you make her shit.
Yeah. Like I'm, that was my first exposure to Harley Quinn. I had I guess a reintroduction to my love of Harley Quinn with the Injustice storyline in the games. So again, you had an interesting character. That's what made her interesting. Her relationship with the Joker, how it was a bad relationship, and how she felt that she had to make up for that. And then you throw that all out of the window for the tickets you think you're gonna sell. So we'll see that fucking shit show turn out.
There you go, Dion. That's the thing I bought.
Yep.
It's even got this stupid fish body.
Yeah, fucking A, man. Nostalgia, baby.
Well,
Shit.
Say what?
No, it's not important.
Okay. Well, yeah, this action figure is not important either to me anymore. Thank you, Warner Brothers. Never again. Let's see. How Strange Life Is says, I find it terrible that DC are making Harley Quinn as a role model for women and children. They're idolizing a character that's a psychotic killer. I agree with that point. That's the point I was trying to make earlier. You almost hurt any kind of cause you would try to marry to this film because there's nobody to idolize. I mean, I don't really watch James Bond to idolize his actions. I always say, I'd like to be like James Bond minus the killing. I don't want to kill anybody, but suits, women, cars, exotic locales, that's all fun to me. But who is his core as a person? I wouldn't want to be that.
No, he's a very broken person,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said that
a
many
bad
times.
person.
Just reading the books.
Mm-hmm. Darian217 says, I'm disappointed to see Harley's film bomb after the success of Joker. Hindsight is 2020. Sucks they didn't try doing a Harley and Poison Ivy and get an LGBT story angle storyline in an organic way, like in the comic books.
Dude, if they did that, everybody would go watch that movie.
Again, what? It's just them going with what they think is going to sell, as opposed to telling an interesting story. And why make sense? Why tell you want Harley Quinn so bad? Why not find that Poison Ivy and tell that fucking story? But of course, they don't think that's going to make money. They're fucking idiots.
Two women on screen. Yep, never made money ever. Never made money ever.
Hey, Dion. Somebody's got a question for you.
Dion, I just wanted to make sure that Jeff told you Sunday, instead of the Oscars, we're actually going to watch Mean Girls.
Don't do it. Shit.
Hey, Dion, I got a question for you. Better.
Yes.
Top slam
Don't do
for
it.
you.
My man. He knows how to treat me, Jesse.
That's right. That's my boy. I'll defend him to the end.
Yeah, I will too.
My man.
Darth Fatass says, I'd buy that for $1.
You piece of shit.
Darian217 also is guessing the Birds of Prey opening box office was $17 to $21 million for the opening weekend.
Shoot.
It's not gonna be good, man.
Now the thing I'm also gonna say, folks, is if you notice when a film is trying to either like push a cause. They always promote and advertise the worldwide box office, but they don't tell you until you read the article. So, for example, I don't know, Star Wars. They're like, oh, The Rise of Skywalker made $452 million opening weekend. And you're like, wow, that's a record. But then you have to read it because normally most movies that aren't Disney films or don't have an agenda are promoted as domestic first. So it's like, oh, this film opened to $52 million domestically and another $80 million, worldwide. So there you go. We'll do shit like that. But with this movie, I guarantee you most headlines will read the worldwide box office, and then you have to read it that domestically it made much less. And we're just guessing domestic. We always talk domestic on this channel.
Yeah, and also when you take the worldwide box office when it's divided, let's say Harley Quinn makes 10 million domestic, 10 million world, overseas. Well, out of that 10 million overseas, the studio only gets 40%. 60% is left over there. So in reality, they only made 4 million. And that's how the breakdown works.
TLJ Screwjob says, speaking of Bruce Timm, why is he so obsessed with getting Bruce and Babs together? Like in The Killing Joke, is he self-inserting him? Is he self-inserting to where he's Bruce? Well, he's always Bruce. I understand where you're coming from, TLJ Screwjob. I remember, was it 2017 when The Killing Joke, they did a slight theatrical run?
Yeah.
People were up in arms about that. To me, it kind of makes sense that, you do this job or whatever you call it, you're this Batmaning, and, you do find somebody that you can share your secret identity with and you build this bond. I think one of the best comics, maybe it was the Batman Beyond comic, or I could be wrong, but it's Bruce had gotten Barbara pregnant or whatever.
It's Batman Beyond. I don't think he got her pregnant, but they were together for sure, yeah.
Okay. I'm just like, oh shit! I can't believe you did Robin dirty like that, Batman. But I get it; it makes him human.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I hated that part of The Killing Joke. Where they fuck on a goddamn rooftop, on a rooftop or whatever. At least with Batman Beyond, there was at least they were fleshing out that part of the relationship. In Killing Joke, it just fucking happened, where she, they weren't, in Killing Joke, she wasn't part of the Bat family, so to speak, and then they just fuck on a rooftop. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? So, I wasn't a big fan of that either. I'm in that camp for sure. I fucking hated that in The Killing Joke.
I have a legit question here for my boys.
Yeah.
Is The Killing Joke worth watching? I've never watched it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth watching. The Batgirl bit's not great. Don't get me wrong. But the actual Killing Joke is definitely worth watching. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I was happy that Mark Hamill come back.
Yes.
All right, Nick, list.
The ending lives up to the comic for sure.
Definitely. Lokio 7, buddy. I'm not gonna read this one, but we're still cool. So I'm going to send you guys the screenshot of it because that's a can of worms I'm not willing to get into here on this channel. Any of the religious stuff.
Ooh, worms.
Yeah, worms.
They catch fish.
Oh. So, yeah, that's just there you guys go.
Oh, shit. Look this up real quick.
Yeah. Who was it?
Lokio 7.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, we're not touching that one, Loki. Sorry, buddy. That's a no.
Yeah. Thank you.
We don't do it on the channel.
Yeah. Thank you for the money. We're not answering that.
Yeah. Ask me another question. I'll gladly answer it. But yeah, that's a little too. We're just not going down the religious stuff path.
Nope.
Not our bag.
Yeah.
Fixie Clary says Hollywood runs on cocaine and dead hookers, and they're going to lecture us about morality. Gary from Nerdrotic.
That's 100% true. I mean, look at what was the award show that happened recently with Ricky Gervais, the Golden Globes or whatever.
Yeah,
they're the ones who preach diversity and women and things like that, and there were barely any there. He called them out on it. He's just like, it's bullshit. They preach all this stuff, but they don't act on it, and that award show shows it to you. You're gonna see it in the Oscars as well this year. The same thing where they're gonna talk about diversity and things like that, but it's gonna be all these rich white people on stage.
Well, you're going to be able to hear us talk about it directly live.
Sunday afternoon. Oh, dude, I'm waiting to just lean into their bullshit. It's just going to be so much fun. Oh man.
I'm not going to remember this Sunday, so it'll have to be,
No.
the live stream will be a time capsule of my life.
I'm gonna, folks, if you're listening, and you're in the St. Louis area, I'm going to watch the Battlehawks. Caw!
Oh God.
And I'm gonna go watch it at my uncle's bar. It's the Brew House 141, and I'll be there. And after that game, caw, we're gonna win. I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna be on here for the drunken watch party for the what are we watching? The Oscars.
The
Yeah.
Oscars.
You can stream
Yeah,
the
I'll be there
Oscars
for that.
online too, folks. If you don't have a TV antenna, you can stream it online.
Why would you? Because it's just a bunch of fucking Hollywood elitists going. You
That's
can't
why
see me.
we're
I'm patting
watching it,
myself on the
Kendo.
back.
That's why we're watching.
I know. I'm patting myself on the back for the people that aren't watching. And that's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be, oh my God, did we do so great this year? And George Clooney's gonna go up and take credit for this fucking civil rights again. Fuck him. Smug alert. That's loud.
Oh my
Watch me over
god.
San Francisco. Oh no, Kyle's in San Francisco with his electric car. We gotta go save him. That was a South Park episode. God, that show was great.
Oh my god.
Our friend Apocrypha says, funny how this film is called Birds of Prey, yet not even the most ravenous vultures are going to touch this rotting carcass of cinema. Hashtag dead on arrival.
Ooh, that's
story.
a,
I've
that's a
seen
good
it.
one. That's a good one.
That's
See
scathing.
many vultures where I live, and they don't touch rotting carcasses. Well, they do, but not like that.
Oh, Modalicious makes an excellent point. Normies fall over the love story and ignore the fact that Joker and Harley are murdering psychopaths that actually kill people on the regular.
That's a true story. Dude, I cannot begin to express the number of times I've on Facebook and Twitter. I want a love story like Joker and Harley. No, you fucking don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst love story. There's no love in that. That's abusive. That's Amber Heard type shit. He's cutting your fucking fingers off.
Apocrypha also says, given the Oscars are a few days away, what film do you believe is the best this year? Also, what is the worst film you've seen this year and why?
If I'm being honest, Endgame is the best of the year. I mean, obviously, it's not going to get a lot of love because it's a comic book movie. And Joker should definitely get a lot of love too. But I will hold that pail of water to the day I die. Endgame was the fucking movie. It was the event of 2019. Hands motherfucking down.
I'm gonna go Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Issue a Joker.
Oh,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was dope. I love that fucking movie.
That's a good one too.
I don't know. The one that really started in my mind for 2019 was Alita Battle Angel. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a fun movie. It was really well done. I had a good time with that.
Liam Neeson with the snowplow.
You know what? I watched that and I was just like, why did I skip this movie? What happened?
Snowpiercer 2. Taken in.
Yeah, dude. Out cold or whatever it was with Liam
Yeah.
Neeson. They got a lot of horrible shit in the press because of his interview he did. But that was actually a really fun movie. It was like Fargo, but with snowplows instead of wood chippers.
Well, he kept opening his big mouth, and going over and over the thing again. It's like, just say it once and be done with it, man. Like we get it, But I don't know. It was just it was a weird situation.
Yeah, but Joker is probably my 2019 movie. Worst movie? That's hard to say. I'm trying to think.
Worst movie's easy. It's Captain.
yeah.
Oh yeah, never mind. You got there you go. Captain Marvel's worst movie 2019. No place in the MCU. Shoehorned in at the last minute. It's where Black Widow should have been.
Yeah. Let's see. Dr. Coffinail says, sure, I'd love to see Margot Robbie's big opening. Oh, you mean Birds of Prey? Never mind.
I'll speak for all four of us on the channel when I say I would love Robbie's opening.
Stratos Radio Blue says, I can see the Twitter post now. Pooping in your guy's bed will be the new way to fight the patriarchy. Hashtag steaming and brave.
God,
that's a true story. Is it, dude? Are we the patriarchy now?
No.
Okay, good. Never mind.
If we were making bukus of money, then maybe we'd have a point. But
that'll be this.
Yeah, no. We're middle class, blue collar. We're not the patriarchy.
Stone Cold Jeremy says, did anyone else notice how Jason Momoa looks like Pickles from Death Clock?
He does, dude. And that commercial where he starts pulling off his muscles and stuff, he's 100% Pickles from Death Clock. You fucking douchebags. Sorry about the douchebag. Fucking play my drums. By the way, it's an underrated fucking Adult Swim cartoon.
That's the
Was looking
word.
for there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, seriously, Metalocalypse was fucking good.
Hilarious.
Dude, that was so much fun. And you know what? Honestly, they put out a couple of CDs, and the music, if you're a metal fan, it's not metal, but it's not bad.
How Strange is Life, or How Strange Life is, says, have you guys seen the Bill Burr's bit, There's No Reason to Hit a Woman? If not, you should play it now. It's so relevant to this conversation.
Yep. That's one of his funniest bits for sure.
I'll check it out off air because I don't want to get with YouTube and all their weird
Copyright,
copyright strike
Right.
issues. But
We
yeah,
love
I'll
our
definitely
channel
check
too
it out.
much.
Mafaro Joe says Amber drugs him as well. I didn't hear about that. I haven't gone deep enough to hear that part.
That's
Did you hear that?
unfair.
What?
I mean, if she did that, that's like fucking really wrong and unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Swinging Cod says, Nick, thoughts on VFW?
He's gone. He doesn't know. But Nick loves the veterans of foreign wars, as
Nick.
do we here on the channel.
Nick,
Yeah,
what are your
what's up?
thoughts on VFW?
What is VFW?
I have no clue.
Veterans of foreign wars, you asshole.
I love the Veterans of Foreign War.
Thank you.
He's joking. I think it's some horror thing. I think it's fuck. I heard about it. I don't know, but it's like a horror thing. I'm sure we'll hear it in the chats in a second.
Our friend Leo Breaker wanted to let us know in regards to Sonic the Hedgehog. Actually, Nick, the company was already having trouble being based in Vancouver, which was reported to being a really expensive place to be stationed.
God damn it, Nick. You ate Canada now? Not good. Not good. Canada's a great place. They got poutine.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Joseph Bienowitz sends in two. He says, hey guys, welcome back. Joseph, thank you very much for the nice welcome. And he also says Ash returns. I would love to see Ash pop up in the Doctor Strange into the multiverse thing. That would tie Ash and the Evil Dead into fucking Marvel movies.
Oh,
That
I
would be
completely
crazy.
agree. Folks, if you have a PS2, go get the Ash versus Evil Dead game. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's so much fun. It's a great game.
Thunder Robot says, you see the new diverse Barbie dolls? Hashtag shelf warmers. I did. Have you guys seen the ones with vitiligo?
Yeah, they're so stupid.
Yeah, I have.
Did not.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
So,
I don't know, I don't really have a stake in this, but how do you spell vitiligo? Oh, okay. There you go. Barbie doll. I mean, I don't care, but I do think it's going to be a shelf warmer.
Yeah,
Wait,
sure.
Barbie with a fake leg?
What? I'm sorry. What? You said Mario with a fake leg?
No, Barbie doll with a fake.
no, that's Skyscraper.
I didn't even know that. I mean, I'm not making fun of anybody with a fake leg, but holy shit, I didn't even know this was real. Look at this.
Barbie in Skyscraper 2. We're at it again, girl.
Did you know this was a thing?
No.
No way. That's got to be fake, dude.
You can buy
that
it.
Can't be real. No, that's not real. That's got to be a joke that someone made. That shit's not real.
Yeah, dude, that's got to be Photoshop. That has to be.
That's not a real Barbie.
I can buy it at Target, so it's real.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dude.
Seriously, come on. Everybody knows that Barbie has fake legs anyway.
Oh my god! But they got Barbie with a fucking peg leg.
Pirate
Yeah,
Barbie.
I mean,
It's gonna take over a skyscraper now and help Dwayne the Rock Johnson fight off terrorists.
Fucking Barbie with a. She lost her shit overseas, man. She lost her leg in Nam.
that ties into the VFW thing. There we go. John McMaster says Dave is Karen. What do you guys think of Dave?
I'm not feeling Dave. I'm not feeling Dave.
I don't know. Dave's pretty Karen-ish.
yeah,
Can't do that,
yeah,
Dave.
yeah. That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
Christopher Richshot says the irony is Army of Darkness could connect to the new Doctor Strange due to a crossover with Marvel Zombies, so Ash can have a bit part.
Don't
I mean,
say
he is
that.
in Marvel Zombies, yeah. I mean, that'd be
Listen,
hilarious.
listen. If they even have a snippet of a scene of that in that movie, that'd be great, and that would be awesome as hell. But I don't know if they'd do it.
Well, I just don't want Disney to have any ownership over the Evil Dead. So
Very true. Very true.
Stratos Radio Blues says thoughts on the upcoming The Thing remake. It's supposed to be based on the books, which was an intellectual battle against the alien, a notion I can't see Blumhouse capturing at all. Well, Stratos Radio Blues, we'll give you. We'll talk about this right now, but we actually dedicated a huge chunk of last week's show to this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you want us to go in depth, I think we spent an hour on it. But I think last week I said that I have no interest in seeing a remake of The Thing. Readaptations of source material are different than remakes, in my opinion. But overall, the Thing is such a perfect film that I have no interest in seeing anything touch it ever again, or anyone ever touch it again.
No, it's perfect. It doesn't need to be remade or retouched or reimagined. It's perfect. Leave it alone. Blumhouse is just trying to cash in on their horror stuff, and I mean, good luck with that because they did a real good job with the remake of Black Christmas.
Yeah.
Kendo, what are your thoughts?
I think it's perfect as it is. Don't fucking remake it.
Dion?
Yeah, that's a negative for me. Don't. It's plus. Look, listen, Blumhouse, do your thing. Get your paper boo boo, but leave the fucking thing alone.
So I do like your statement, though. I can't see Blumhouse capturing that notion of all of the intellectual battle of an alien. Subtlety is not something that Jason Blum knows how to do. I mean, he knows how to make money. That's what you do in Hollywood. But subtlety is not. Subtlety is a lost art to that man, and his films lack that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Plus, they did it the first time.
Yes. That is one of the best scenes. I was reading an article. If the Oscars offered a best scene Oscar, these movies would have won the award, and the wire in the blood from The Thing was one of them.
See, I would think it'd be the paddle shock scene would be the one that would win an Oscar.
The only thing that I dislike about that scene is that weird sound effect that it makes when his chest opens up, that like gloop sound.
Yeah.
It just makes me kind of like, oh, I mean, it's a seriously scary fucking awesome scene, but it's like, oh. Bikini 90 says, never rub another man's rhubarb, you piece of shit.
Right, you don't.
Apocrypha says, Bond, James Bond, you piece of shit.
Agreed.
TLJ Screwjob says, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? It's just something I say to all my victims. You piece of shit. I'm really glad that the piece of shit game kind of stuck around. I was gonna come up with, I have another one, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let the piece of shit ride for a while. I really like it because it makes me think of you, Dion. You piece of shit.
Skippy. You piece of shit too, buddy. You piece of shit too.
Apocrypha says, get off my plane. You piece of shit.
That one fits perfectly.
Yeah, we should just go back and dub that. The Air Force One special edition. It's just that one scene.
Yep. And then you also add in fuck off every once in a while.
Same soundbite from Bruno as well.
Yep.
Like the scene where the guy spoils the baseball game for him. He's like, fuck off.
Yep.
I would love that. Apocrypha also says, space, the final frontier. You piece of shit.
Oh, fuck.
Swinging Cod has a recommendation. He says, read Batman Cataclysm and No Man's Land and Bruce Wayne Murder story arcs, all available in trade paperback to get appreciation for Cassandra Cain. Well, Swinging Cod, it's funny you brought up No Man's Land. I rented that from the library, God, over a decade ago, more like 15 years ago. I remember it had to be like early 06 because I rented Batman Begins on DVD and as many Batman comic books as I could get. And I read No Man's Land and I liked it, but I got to go back and read it. It's been a long time. But that's the only one I've actually read of your suggestions. Alpha Terranema says, welcome back, guys. Now that you mention it, Harley Quinn times Ivy movie in the style of Bound or Mulholland Drive would be huge. I would watch that. I them to do you think they okay, if they followed up Joker with an erotic thriller starring Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, and it was done with the utmost respect for cinema, do you think that'd be like the ultimate 1-2 punch for DC in 2020?
It would. But alas. Fucking
yeah, but we got the and I almost said the anticipation, the emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Yeah. of one Harley Quinn because she's a bird of prey, baby.
Tyler Preston says, would you guys watch a Huntress TV show that was about Helena Wayne becoming Gotham's protector after her father, Bruce, finally retires?
No.
Dion's a no. I'm a maybe if the first episode is treated like Batman Beyond, where you see Batman, he's just too old to do it. He pulls out a gun, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. And then Terry McGinnis takes over, and we just watch Batman Beyond. Now, I'm sure. I mean, I got to know more about the Huntress, to be honest. She's not a character that I'm very interested in.
Right.
I always think I heard from Batman Hush, or was it All-Star Batman? I'm the goddamn Batman. One of the two. Sorry. I digress. There's a lot of Batman floating up in my brain right now. But if it's on DC streaming service and it's, I guess, of that quality, I'm willing to give it a shot. Titans, I didn't watch. Did anyone here watch Titans?
Fuck no.
Grey Ghost says, okay, this might be my favorite name for Birds of Prey. If Curds of Whey does better overseas, any idea what appeal it could have worldwide? Proof the wokish marketing was more impactful here because U.S. audiences are tiring of the recent inclusion trends.
It's not going to do well overseas. I mean, it's so many places don't care about that shit. So I'm sure it'll make some decent pocket change overseas, but it's not going to like catch fire, especially over in Asia because they like special effects. This movie isn't going to be Transformers or some shit.
And even over in China, they got tired of Transformers relatively quickly. So
yeah,
true.
I think if let's just plan a world where that's the case. Definitely, U.S. audiences are tired of that. Plus, there are other factors besides the wokish marketing. I mean, I know a lot of people like to say that's the only thing. That's a big part. It turns off a lot of people in this sphere, and this sphere is a lot larger than people realize. I mean, our sphere, we're talking about the impact the Amber Heard petition would be. The sphere that we operate in is roughly the same size, if not much larger, if not slightly larger, because people's voices do equal dollar signs. So I think that people are tired of it, but I think because it looks stupid and it's pointless, and it's a remnant of the past. It'd be like if we all of a sudden had a sequel to Elektra starring Jennifer Gardner, or another Halle Berry Catwoman movie, or I'm trying to think of another fucking Tim Story Fantastic Four film. Just one of these things that came and went. It's over. Nobody wants it anymore, and we've moved on. We've had better things, except in the case of Fantastic Four, we haven't. It's gotten worse somehow. So come on, John Krasinski, or Krasinski, whatever his fucking name is. Sir Billy Ritchie says, if they're going to make Black Cat into a movie, who should play her? Ooh. Who do you guys want to play Black Cat?
Damn, that's a tough one. Gina Carano, no. Shit, that's a good. Maybe. See, the first name that came to me was Aubrey Plaza for some reason. I'd see Aubrey Plaza. I'd take a chance on Aubrey Plaza doing that shit for sure.
I'm trying to think of a good one. I think Jennifer Hale was the voice back in the day, so that voice and that character go 1-1 with me. I'm just going to say Alexandra Daddario because I like her.
I'm okay with that.
Nick Kendo. Okay. Well, hold on. Kendo. Nick.
Okay, there we go. Kendo's dead. Give me Kat Dennings.
Oh, yes.
Because that outfit is made for her.
Mm-hmm. This screen name might be the best of the night. Scarfy the Strange says, I just want to see a black Harley Quinn movie just for the lulz.
It's a Cadillac.
Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Modalicious says, our Disney fuzz bucket, the porn write themselves. Oh, R-rated. Oh my god, R-rated Disney's back. Holy shit, Fuzz Bucket. The porn writes themselves. Isn't the other show like Fizz Bucket or something, or Fizz Rocket or whatever?
I don't know, man. Like Disney Plus is going to be interesting when the year of free accounts ends. Like, are people really going to keep it with the streaming war happening?
Dude, I don't even watch it, and I have it for a free year. There's just I can only watch Spider-Man and X-Men so many fucking times before I'm just like,
dude. I tried, because over Christmas I tried watching old cartoons and I couldn't do it. I could only watch a few of them, and I was just like, whatever, And I watched the stuff that I haven't seen in a while, and then that was it. That was fine, I use Tubi more than I do the Disney Plus.
I've been watching Hulu. That's the streaming service I use the most.
Oh yeah, dude. A lot of that.
Our friend Kevin Castillo says, "This is the way." You piece of shit.
Thanks, buddy.
Attacked here. By the way, folks, the reason I've left Sketch Therapy's I don't know, comment on the screen so long is because I just would love for people to go up to someone and say, "Can you get an anal pap smear?" That's there it
well, these are important medical questions you got to ask.
Damn right.
More so than medical questions, they're important life questions. Should you get an anal pap smear?
That's what we do on the channel. We ask the important shit.
Yeah, I gotta say, important stuff. I think we've had 2 really solid episodes, folks. If you didn't catch last week's episode, we get into some deeper cuts about remakes, reboots, entertainment, stuff like that. So last week was a pretty strong one. And yeah, I was very happy the way the Amber Heard Johnny Depp stuff went tonight. So congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nick, promote your stuff before we get out of here.
All right, can I split screen? Can that happen?
Huh?
Cool. All right, here we go. This is the trailer for the new movie I'm working on, Mother News Presents Once Upon a Nightmare. Go check it out. It is on a Buck Short Productions YouTube channel. Go give them some love. Go watch it. Go give it a thumbs up. Here's a poster, Mother News Once Upon a Nightmare as well. Go like them on Facebook. I will be at Days of the Dead this Friday, tomorrow, getting white girl wasted and selling my goddamn movie. So come by, say hi, say what's up, take some pictures. We'll talk about some Star Wars shit as well, and just have a good time, man.
Yeah, I'm in the movie, right?
Yes. Also, Jeff is in the movie. Jeff makes a giant cameo. It's so much fun. We had so much fun shooting that part. I'm in it as well. Apparently, I forgot I was in it because things happen. But no, it's a great movie.
Spoiler alert: I'm not the spy.
Damn.
Yeah, but definitely come out. We are pre-selling the movie at the convention first before we do our crowdfunding. So come out, get a copy, get some other copies of some movies I've worked on as well. Come say hi, hang out with us, have some drinks, have a good time. So yeah, definitely, support independent film because fuck Disney.
Our friend McKinney90 says, "How do you guys feel about the Marvel Disney Plus lineup show during the Super Bowl?"
I'm excited. I seeing Sam throw the shield, I'm at least checking into it. But Scarlet Witch and Vision, I'm really worried about that. I don't know how that's going to go, man. I really don't know about that one.
They were hitting a lot of nostalgia stuff really quickly with that. I was like, "What are you doing? What this looks like? What was it? X-Men Legion or whatever it was on FX or something?
Yeah, Region.
Sorry, Region. Yeah, it looks like that. Where that I watched the first episode. That was confusing as hell. It didn't look appealing.
All right, so folks, this has been episode 205 of World Class Bullshitters. Every Thursday night we take a dump on the world of pop culture. If you enjoyed this stream, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it all over social media. If you're listening to our podcast via iTunes, Stitcher, Radio, or Podbean, or any of the other plethora of places that we stream this show, give us a thumbs up and a 5-star rating, not because of our egos, but it helps us become more searchable in the index. We'd appreciate all the help and support, and we can grow the World Class Bullshitters community, army, fan base, whatever you want to call us. We're growing. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, today's video has been doing exceptionally well. So if you want to hear me talk about Birds of Prey in a more in-depth review analysis type of setting, that is the place to be. I'll be back later in the week with more content. I went out, I filmed some stuff, and I got some fun things in the pipeline. So make sure you guys don't miss any of it. And that's the end of the show, folks. We're going over to After Hours. We're going to be talking about some Super Bowl wokeness, some commercials, some fun stuff. And just want to tell everybody thank you again. And as always, folks, be excellent to each other.
.com.
.com.